Test, 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 test. Test, test, test.
Why?
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people.
Welcome to our humble abode for the week. The FanDuel stage live at Super Bowl 57, Radio Row, Day 3, February starts now. Football! Big Winner Wednesday. We'll be announcing all the winners from the past week of all of our giveaways. It'll be the last one of the NFL season because we are just days away from Super Bowl 57 kicking off right here in the middle of the fucking desert.
Hell yeah.
The Chiefs, who nobody thinks has a chance of winning, still the underdog, both when it comes to the amount of money bet on and what the spread is saying, just eating and gobbling in all the critiques and the takes about how they have no chance of winning, even though they're in the middle of potentially building a dynasty that we'll talk about 20 years from now if they're to go on to win not one Super Bowl, maybe 2 Super Bowls, maybe 3 Super Bowls. All of that is in front of them still, and we're just days away from potentially the Philadelphia Eagles becoming the team that we need to chat about for the next decade coming out of the NFC. The NFC East goes from absolute shitbox to now a potential team that could run the table against anybody. They had to play against the Giants. What they do there, beat the fuck out of them. Had to play against the San Francisco 49ers. What they do against them, beat the fuck out of them. What will they be able to do against Kansas City Chiefs? We shall see. Nick Sirianni has a team full of dogs that are seemingly built for the moment and vets that are ready to get another ring or get a ring as they sail off into retirement. It's a beautiful thing, this Super Bowl 57, as is Radio Row. Today, we are packed to the gills with guests. We have Ian Rappaport. That little bastard's going to come in here.
One of these
and hopefully break some news because there's a lot cooking both in the Derek Carr front, maybe some contractual talks front, head coaching search front, and everything else that he's been learning while getting everybody boozed up out here in Phoenix, Arizona. Debo Samuel will join us.
Okay.
Excited to talk to the slant god. A man who missed some games, then whenever he came back was dropped right back in alongside Christian McCaffrey as maybe the most dangerous duo in all of football at football. Seth freaking Rollins will be here.
Let's go.
Of the WWE, obviously former champion, absolute stallion of a man. Bob Parsons, the owner of PXG and the Yam Enterprises.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Dude owns PXG, which is a golf company, I think, founded out here in Arizona.
Yep.
He owns GoDaddy.
Yeah.
He owns Harley Davidson stores out here. He owns a real estate company. This guy's a bazillionaire who seems to have all the money and just wants to have a good time with it. He's sponsoring a golf sim right next to us here on SiriusXM that has been quite a nuisance for us, but still rather legendary. We can't thank you all enough for allowing us to do this for a living. Today's show should be pretty good as we wrap up with Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee, a player that we are a massive fan of. Can't wait to hear him. All the boys are here. The Talks the Table at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. The host of In the Trenches, an Arizona native, AQ Shipley, joining us yet again. And a man who's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor, father of 4, and reigning, defending, undisputed pickleball champion of the world, alongside the great Ty Schmidt, AJ Hawkins.
Hey,
Boys, as we broke down everything that's going on in the NFL world there in the open, that was on purpose so that we could lead to this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Pickleball is still the sport of choice at the house out here that we are renting for the Super Bowl week. There is a new champion of pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
AJ Hawk and Ty Schmidt were on the court last night for 3.5 straight hours. They did lose once to me and Bruce Branovich, and they did not lose again. They continued to dominate throughout the evening and got better as the night went on somehow. Boys, I'll start with you, AJ. What was really the flip of the switch that made you guys decide that day 2 was going to be your day of pickleball? And at what point did you say, oh, we're unbeatable? Because that's what it felt like as we just kind of went 2 by 2 on a roll, coming in to square off against you and Ty.
Well, I was basically Scottie Pippen, and I played with Michael Jordan over there. You saw Ty has this 2-hand backstroke. Well, it's the thing of beauty. Like, if you set Ty up, he's going to take it, and he's going to dominate you. So I have to give all the credit to Ty Schmidt. He was playing. He actually rolled his ankle like 2 hours in and still fought through it for the next hour and a half, next 90 minutes. So, yeah, it's a fun game. We're trying to dial in the rules still. Obviously, we don't know exactly how we're supposed to play.
That's fucking
well,
funny
the authority.
enough. Yeah, the authority.
What's that, Connor?
I mean, Albie Shipley's coming in here and just ruining our game.
I mean, you guys played tennis. Bullshit. You guys played tennis for the first time.
Oh, well, whatever
you telling the right rules
don't
either.
you? Yeah, pipe down, okay?
Right.
Doesn't matter what we were playing because whatever you think you were playing, you just fucked up our game.
We were
okay?
90% there with my rules.
No, we weren't.
We were 90% there.
It changed half the game.
Okay.
It changed half the game, Al.
So,
Okay, there were fucking balls that no one could hit that you said we weren't allowed to hit.
But
so
turns out
you
definitely
can.
allowed to
you
hit.
can't hit them.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
No, that being said, all playing by the same fake rules.
Our rules.
And Ty and AJ mastered it better than anybody else.
No doubt.
We do not want to take away, but Ty, that backhand was lethal. Me and Bruce Bronovich had a chance to run into it late. To be honest, the last 2 times we went out there, Dog and Pony Show, to get beat up by you guys, I knew I wasn't supposed to be out there. It got cold.
I think it cold.
I was very sore.
Joints got tight.
There was no reason for me to be out there, but we just had to pay you the honor and the respect of like somebody's got to beat these men,
Right.
You know. And we went out there. The last time we went out there, we saw you miss 2 backhands. And me and Bruce were like, "The time is now. Now we feed this backhand." Turned out he only had 2 misses. The rest of them were dialed in still, as if it was all week or all night. Ty and AJ put on a clinic last night, and boys, I can't help. But there, you're in the kitchen. See, like that was a broken rule.
Who was in the kitchen?
But it wasn't an actual broken
Correct.
rule.
Yeah.
But it was a rule. What AQ was saying was a broken rule. There's a lot of things going on in the world out here in pickleball, and
Look how beautiful it is.
I would like to let the sport know you got new fans in us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Already putting one in the office.
Yeah.
Excited to
have
watch
to.
it.
Have to. I mean,
He's
we're
all over.
I feel like we're the type of crew where like we'll go all in on something, and then after like a few days, it's like, all right, we've done this so much over the past few days that we kind of just kill it. We play stuff out on the show.
Yeah, we're a part of the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pickleball's here to stay. Okay, I
think?
mean,
I
yeah.
hope so because
I don't
It's good
think I know.
cardiovascular, man.
It's unbelievable.
I bought a $219 racket last night. Let's hope it stays. Okay.
Tone sent me a link to a good spinning racket.
What does it do differently? What is it?
What do you mean? We're playing with fucking.
Is there holes in it?
Don't
Aren't
tell
there rackets
AJ.
with holes in it?
AJ doesn't
AJ was
need any
playing
help.
with AQs. He was playing with a
No, I
$200
switched.
racket.
Part of the time I was, then I switched.
Part of it, 95% of the time.
Oh, okay.
There's different rackets. There's rackets for power. There's rackets for control. There's rackets for spin.
It's like golf, though. You can't blame a club for a bad golf shot.
Yeah, but you had the best
Watch me.
club last. I mean, what
For
are we
like
even?
for like 4 games, doesn't matter.
You're the unduffable, okay? You're coming in here
No, I
telling us that it's an easy game.
Yeah, what did it feel like yesterday? You tell us.
Am I sitting up here grandstanding? No, I'm telling you, Ty's backhand was going cross court. He was
No.
landing deep.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
that matters.
You're talking about these things that Tone Diggs has already invested
That's why
in.
it's a good game, though. We said it nullifies power. You can't really use power.
Power
You can't-
helps.
You can't.
It certainly helps.
In the right moment, power helps. We can't let emotions creep in because you start saying, "Oh, I'm going to smash this thing," boom, right in the net,
In
or
the net.
1,000 feet deep.
Just know pickleball is around and it's going to be real, I think. There's a good shot that I'm probably going to be bringing in pros to kind of.
Hell yeah.
We need to learn a little bit
Hone
more.
our skills.
Yes.
We
Sessions.
need to learn strategy because I'm watching the highlights and I'm like, why aren't they just peppering these things right off the people's
Correct.
faces?
Yeah.
Like and maybe I'm the wrong person, but with the way these pros, they stand right up at the fucking.
Oh
yeah.
And then they go.
And
And
then
it's boom,
they're,
boom, boom,
they're
boom, boom.
battling. Are you not just aiming for heads whenever that happens? But I guess that's like
What is it, AQ?
That's
They're,
out of bounds.
they're hitting the little drop shots. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're trying to play in the kitchen.
He doesn't fucking
Yeah,
know.
this guy.
Why
Right in
are
the
we
kitchen.
asking him?
We got to hit the
He
little drop
doesn't
shots in
know.
the kitchen.
See
I do
that?
know.
Right
Just
there.
to explain what's going on as we kind of wrap up this pickleball conversation for day 3 here. Pickleball is around for good. And the problem with what AQ did, he came in with a bag. He had
Yep.
like a gamma bag
Gamma pickleball.
with a towel in it
Yep.
and a thing. And he was like, then he started, whenever you have that to a game that we were just introduced to, and you start saying, well, that's not legal. That's not legal. You almost make yourself the Gene Steratore
Yeah.
of the game.
Absolutely.
And we didn't all have time just to Google every word that was coming out of his mouth. So there was a bit of a change in the game that we were playing to fit the authority, AQ
Yep.
Shipley's narrative of what the rules were. And then lo and behold, we all found out last night after we all left
I
the
had
game
time
and this
last night.
morning that AQ maybe wasn't 100% right. Or he wasn't explaining the rules as he saw them.
I was wrong on one thing.
Pretty big.
When
thing.
the
Pretty massive
When the
thing.
ball bounces in the kitchen, we can go get it.
Yeah, so we only changed
it.
3 rules. So you were wrong on a third.
I
of
mean,
the rules.
you still left the fact that you could hit your fastball on the first one because that's not a rule.
Look, at the end of the day, we
Just
didn't
saying.
get Gene Steratore.
Oh,
we
the
got
fault.
Alberto
The fault,
Riveron,
yeah.
and you fucked
There's no
up our
fault.
game.
Yeah, but we all agreed on the fault, though.
Yeah.
That's
should
a
be
rule
allowed.
that needs to be instituted. That's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
tennis rule that needs to be instituted.
House
Just-
rules, we all
away.
agreed on it.
Absolutely.
You were coming in as like, for the good of pickleball, what are we playing tennis? That's what you kept saying.
Yeah,
What are we
exactly.
playing tennis? And then you were like holding that over our heads. Anyways, let's move on. There is some news around the NFL that we have to chat about. For instance, Patrick Mahomes is doing everything that they could ask for in the Kansas City playbook. And although he might be a little bit hobbled, he's done 100%. It's Super Bowl. Had a long season already. He's done 100%. When Andy Reid starts talking about Patrick Mahomes, he doesn't want to give away too much, but he also was basically saying, hey, this isn't a story anymore. Like, the guy's ankle's fine. All it takes, though, is one little tweak, right?
Yep.
I assume they got to be worrying about that. Diana Rossini. Andy Reid said Patrick Mahomes, who admits isn't 100%, can do just about everything in the playbook. Reid referenced a fast practice on Monday and seemed happy with how Mahomes is moving. AJ, that's great news if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Does this change your thoughts about the Philadelphia Eagles being able to just dominate every single facet of football on Sunday?
No, I mean I haven't came to a final decision on who I think is going to win this game yet. But I assume with 2 weeks, Patrick Mahomes' ankle would be as close to 100% as you could get. So it never really entered my mind. I'm sure he's in pain, but yeah, that's the thing. Is someone going to fall on it weird? What do you call it? Hip drop? Hopefully no one hip drop tackles him.
Can't hip drop. Yeah, you can't spear anymore.
If he can keep it, if he doesn't have like any issues early on, it should be smooth sailing for him.
Hey, Q, what you were in that Super Bowl against Kansas City Chiefs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers were there. And obviously we remember Patrick Mahomes running for his life.
Yeah.
Right? That's what that Super Bowl was. So much so they just cut offensive line, brought in new offensive line because of what we all saw in the Super Bowl. Remember, he was running and diving. He almost had that parallel fucking 30-yard rocket to Tyreek Hill, I believe. Hit his hands. That would have changed the entire game. He is Patrick Mahomes. Your guys' plan was to do that to Patrick Mahomes, and I assume that's exactly what the Eagles are thinking about right now is we just need to get a maximum amount of pressure on him. Chiefs have to know that. Chiefs have to be preparing for that, I'd assume.
They have to, and I think we've all talked about it, right? Like early on in this game, Mahomes is going to get the ball out of his hand as fast as possible. It's going to be dink and dunk, screens, the whole nine, and they very well might just go right down the field this first drive. But then everybody makes the adjustments. But you're right. I mean, in our game, it was press the tackles. We knew they didn't have tackles. Press the hell out of those tackles, make him escape, and then let Devin White and Levante kind of chase and clean it all up.
The second level. Go ahead, Tone.
So when I was looking at the stats for this game, obviously the Eagles are number one in sack
super
percentage.
good hat. Good hat today.
Thank you.
A little bit more of a sporty
Good ball cap.
Arizona cap.
It is. You look good.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm looking forward to I'm going to buy a new one this afternoon.
Ball cap
Yes.
Why?
from Waste.
Yes.
Just say I was there.
I love a good golf hat.
I got wasted at
Yeah.
Waste Management.
But when I was looking up, obviously Eagles number one in sacks in the league, number one in sack percentage in the league. Chiefs number two in protecting the quarterback. Is that because he gets it out so quickly? Is that because the O-line? I mean, I know the interior of their O-line is good now. Like, is that how does that work out?
Oh, I didn't know that stat.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is Tampa Bay number one?
I don't know. I could
So
look
that
it
stat
up,
might
but-
mean nothing.
Oh, because they get
No, that's not real.
'Cause Tom-
There's no such thing.
because Tom gets it out like that.
There's
Is that
no
what you're saying?
stats.
Ball gets out fast. I mean,
AJ, what's this guy's problem? He doesn't like analytics? What are you?
yeah,
You're
what's
saying
going
stats
on?
don't
What the hell
matter?
is that about?
Every
Yeah.
stat matters.
I asked you a
Stats
question.
can
Don't
be skewed with how fast the ball gets out. Think about all the Indy teams with Peyton. That ball got out.
You're talking about Pittsburgh Steelers or Ben Roethlisberger?
He held on forever.
well, not his
Not
last.
the last second.
Not the last.
He,
Yeah,
he,
no, you're right.
Those things were all quick.
With
out.
BA,
Remember
yes, he
Phil,
held on to the
they
ball
With
forever.
BA, it was forever because everything's 7-step. Oh my dick, we're going deep.
Yeah, and that got some guys injured.
Sure.
It worked though.
Had
It
success.
also-
Hey,
yeah.
had
It
success.
also worked.
Success.
Had success.
AQ, you think Kansas City can run the ball at all? They haven't
think they're
had
gonna have to.
They haven't had to up as far as they.
Why do they have
as
to?
far as now? Like, would they
Because-
rush for 40 games in the championship? 40
47.
yards.
Yeah,
45.
I think they're going to have to. Now, listen, I will say this: Andy does as
37,
good of a job as anybody as using the perimeter screens and the tight end screens as an extension of the run game, and he views it at that. Like he literally says, "Hey, listen, if we can get the ball out there and get 4, that's a run, right?" Like so.
Yeah.
I think that's his
Slow
way
down
of
the rush,
skewing
too, with
that,
all that,
but
too.
exactly, you have to slow down that rush. That front is too good.
We just experienced this with the Bengals, though. Like, it felt like the whole conversation going in was Burrowhead and all that bullshit, and the Chiefs heard it. And now these last 2 weeks, it's all Eagles.
How
It's
low?
all
What's the
Eagles
money? Is it
D-line.
still
You're right.
76%?
Yeah.
It has not moved at all. It's unbelievable.
That's why-
76% of the money is still on the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the Kansas City Chiefs on the other side, and everybody's just assuming they're donezo. 1.5. Kansas City in the all whites. They got to pick what they wanted to wear. Wearing the white jerseys, going to look clean. They've been there, done that. No offense to the Eagles, who we love.
Love
Oh,
'em.
yeah.
Love them.
Fucking love the Eagles. The Super Bowl. Love both teams. Obviously, did a lot of good this year.
Yeah.
They're in the Super Bowl.
Fun to talk about.
It is crazy to me how lopsided the conversation is.
You
Well,
mentioned. Go ahead, sir.
I know for me, at least, and we talk about this, like, Mahomes is so good that he kind of just gets placed in the, like, yeah, you know what to expect. Like, I said going into the Bengals-Chiefs game, like, Burrow's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Just a moronic thing to say. Like, Mahomes is so good, and I feel like he doesn't get the respect because he's been so good from the moment he stepped on the field. Like, as we've been talking more about the Eagles and everything, like, the Chiefs are the kind of team who really never need a chip on their shoulder, and they've had one the last 2 weeks.
They're in the middle of a dynasty.
Yes.
Exactly.
They're literally in the middle of a dynasty right now.
They're so fucking good, and for whatever reason, it's just like, because we're used to seeing them win so many games, it's just like, you get the Eagles come in, and it's like, oh, there's no way the fucking Chiefs can beat the Eagles. They're unbelievable.
Well, you saw what the Giants did.
Yep.
Giants got boat raced by the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Niners lose Brock Purdy. That first quarter was maybe the worst series of luck in the history of a championship game that any team has ever had out the gate, and they just beat the hell out of the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that lays into it too. This Eagles team seems unstoppable, but it's the fucking Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. And like the Jags, it's like the Chiefs beat the Jags. The Jags are probably better than the Josh Johnson Niners. Okay?
Here's the script written about the year, everybody. This just came from a Field Yates tweet.
Not the game script.
The season script.
Okay.
But I did see the score was released.
It was
37-34.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the score
Have
was
to
released.
bet on that now.
I do think there will be a lot of points.
But this is crazy. I mean, obviously both are 16-3, 546 points scored by both of them. 6 All-Pros, including a Kelsey brother. You see, and a quarterback.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Both quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, All-Pros.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That never happened.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah, this is AFC's number 1 seed, NFC's number 1 seed, both made it to the Super Bowl. Okay, so there's no underdog story.
Sure. No.
But 546 points scored, both of them. Scriptwriters were doing their thing. They were in their bag this
Wow.
year,
They knew.
weren't they?
I mean, that's just going to fuel the fire, right?
Oh, yeah.
For everybody that says everything is scripted. But that is nuts how they're so evenly balanced. And the Chiefs absolutely should be pissed. Like, hey, we're the Chiefs. We've won before. I got Patrick Mahomes. He's how old is he now?
27?
He's still super young, but we look at him like he's old because he's been around and doing it for so long.
He's being compared to the best player in the history
Yep.
at every aspect since his year 3.
Bingo.
Since his 3rd year in the NFL. Who's in their 3rd year in the NFL? Jalen, what? This is Jalen's 2nd year?
3rd.
3rd year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah, 'cause
first year was the Sudfeld year,
Right. Yep.
where it ended.
Second year is first real year at the start.
This is Jalen's 3rd year in the NFL,
Yeah.
okay? And Jalen's dominating. Jalen's gotten better, just like Josh Allen got better. Like, Jalen deserves all the praise and respect, especially with what he had to deal with Carson. And going into the year, nobody knew if Jalen was a guy or not. But when Patrick Mahomes was in his 3rd year, it was like, okay, this guy's either Tom Brady or he's not.
Yeah.
Just won the MVP.
Every single game, it's like, oh, Tom Brady wouldn't do that. Oh, and we're comparing year 20 Tom Brady to year 3 Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
And it's like he signs that $430 million deal.
Right.
Of course.
Grossly misrepresented whatever it was announced.
Yes.
Still $430 million or whatever, but $70 million off what was being reported. That's happening from fucking very early in his career, and he's just had to maintain it. And that's why I think, like, his family shit that was going on, and by shit I mean just like distraction pieces and everything. They were so young. The whole family was so young going through being Tom Brady, who's been through it for 2 decades. It's a very fascinating scene, and now we're just kind of tossing them out. And it's almost like Travis Kelce, who looks so cool coming off that plane.
Oh, my
like, he
God.
actually lives off of that shit.
It's unreal.
And he is going to tell everybody. And it's like, I don't know, man. 76% is a lot of fucking people.
Yes.
On one side of
Why?
something.
Is it because of all the hoopla surrounding this O-line and D-line of Philly? What
Yeah,
is
they
it?
just blew through the playoffs.
Let's bring that chair out here, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to be joined by somebody who is a friend of the program. Became a great friend of the program. A man who makes time for us every single week.
Zito.
Ladies and gentlemen, senior insider for the NFL, the network the NFL owns, the website the NFL owns, and the streaming service NFL Plus. Host of the Insiders on the Fast Network.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Host of the weekly wrap of the Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rap.
Nice. What's going on? Good to see you guys.
Great to see you. I see you figured out the microphone and the headset here early. No problems. That's good.
I did. I decided to go full on the hair, whereas last time I kind of held it to the back so it didn't mess up the hair.
Oh, you sat like this for
Yeah.
17 minutes.
Yep.
I know.
Do you know that? You did that on our show.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
did
maybe
that,
they were
yeah.
going to kick you off Tailgate Takedown.
Yeah.
Because of how uncomfortable you looked while you were sitting on our show. Now look at you. You're a pro, addressing the crowd. Look how comfortable he is.
Unbelievable.
Legs
well,
wide.
I will say this. Last time I was here in person, I was running it. I felt pretty good.
What do you mean?
Well, I was not here in person, but with
At
my
the
guys.
studio,
in
Oh, you had the
This
same
is you
exact
last
outfit
year.
on.
This is you a year ago.
Is that your Super Bowl outfit?
This is you a year ago. Look how cute you look down
That
there.
was good. It's good shoes.
Man,
You look cute down there.
great shoes. You
Hey,
really
you little
gained
booze
some
up?
weight,
What
huh?
happened here? What did we get after last night? Is this is a big booze and talk time, I assume, for you?
Not as much as Combine because not everyone's in town.
Oh.
So you got to see who's in town and try to figure out who would maybe like a drink and who wouldn't. There's events going on. I'm sure you guys have been out on the town.
No, we don't do those, actually.
Hey, you got invited one tonight.
Where you going?
Where?
Which one?
Got the invite to Jay Glazer's party.
Whoa!
Is that because you're bald or?
Hold the
Oh,
fuck.
because they roll
I think-
together
Whoa.
in
I think
basements.
Look at these hands.
They roll together in
I think
basements.
it's more of the fighting. I'm part of the fight club.
Yeah.
Well, Glazer wants to
You
give
walking
him
a red
noogie.
carpet?
No.
Step in the
Yeah.
Yes,
Do
he
it.
is.
Yeah.
Take
Now.
your shirt off.
Oh
Wear a
my God!
singlet.
Rick Ross is performing at that.
Singlet.
Yeah.
Is he
Please.
performing or is he just?
Wear a
there?
gi or a
We're a
singlet.
key or a singlet.
Rick Ross is performing there.
Please wear a
Should
gi.
I wear my gloves?
Yes.
Have
For
to.
sure. All right.
That's
Oh
excellent.
my God!
It's actually a great idea.
So you go to you just have open invite to all these events, I assume?
I kind of pick and choose. I think there's a Top Golf event that I'll be making an appearance
Whoa.
at.
That'll
yeah.
be fun.
That's gonna be a good time.
They might have. I'll have some drinks there, maybe.
Take a
What?
couple hacks at it.
Take a couple hacks. Yep, that'll be fun.
So
this
literally,
week, this week is like. I mean, you asked about the events. Like, there's literally something like multiple things every night, and half the conversations are like, "You going to this? Like, did you get invited there? Or like, where's this? How far away is it?" So
yeah, that's what I don't go to any of them.
No,
No.
we just play
I love it.
pickleball.
Yeah, we play
We have
pickleball
pickleball.
5-6 hours. That's all we do. It's a good time. We do the show.
I saw
Okay.
you like your some pickleball. That's a good sport.
We're not
I'm
about
just
that
brand
life.
new into it. I only had
Love
one
it.
good night actually. Last night didn't play that well.
No,
Got
you guys
some
had a
wins.
run early last night.
Yeah, we did. I won like I think probably 7-6 yesterday, or 7-5 yesterday. All our losses came to Ty and AJ, and then me and Dirty lost the first game of the night to AQ and Darius,
Yep.
and that was our only win of the night. So,
No. We got the last one of the night too.
oh yeah, I forgot you were the king of the court. You play pickleball? It seems like right up your alley.
More of a paddle than a pickleball guy. When it's pickleball season, I play tennis. I mean, I don't play tennis.
There's
but when
seasons?
yeah, we just learned.
Yeah,
What are
well,
you talking about?
In Arizona, everything's warm. Now, where I live and where you guys live, things are cold.
True.
When it's cold,
What?
paddle. When it's warm, pickle.
Got
or
it.
tennis.
And you play tennis instead. You
Right.
give me the big court. I'm like a little ping pong player.
Or
out
golf,
here.
which is more fun, but yes.
Hey, golf is a good time. Pickleball is a blast, though. Let's dive into some news stories that you might have answers to. Andy Reid obviously said Patrick Mahomes isn't 100%, but he's 100% good. Or we have any worries that maybe that thing will get re-dinged? Or what are the thoughts? He's 100% all the way back?
Nah, I would not say he's 100%. And I mean, like, these are all, he's not 100, but he's not like 50% either. I think he's better than he was last week, but there's two key injuries here, and no one's hiding it, right? Like, Jalen Hurts has got the shoulder thing, and he's been asked a million times, and he'll be like, it's getting better, which is not like, I'm fine, don't worry about it. It's like, it's a thing, and it's getting better. And then Mahomes' ankle, like, no one's pretending that it's not real. Like, there was a third...
Kinda.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, there was a third quarter scramble 2 weeks ago where, like, you could see him hobble, and I think that was the time, and I've talked to some people here, like, that was the first moment where they're like, okay, this is not good. And then he kind of got through it and ended up having the biggest scramble of the game to basically get them here, but they think he's going to be okay, but every time he moves, it's going to...
Joe
That was a late hit. You can't do it.
Yeah.
No, can't do that.
Can't do
Penalty.
it. I mean, the script was crazy that they put that in there, but you just can't do that, especially against that quarterback.
No. Come on.
In that situation.
In Arrowhead.
We know that. We understand that. Have you guys got to the bottom of the script writing thing yet? Have you ran it up the ladder? Goodell's talking today.
Do you think...
Hour and 30 minutes.
Not even joking.
All right.
Do you think he gets asked about it?
Yes. What are you talking about?
1,000%.
Listen,
Seriously?
we live in this world. The rigged conversation. We saw it coming like a freight train from a mile away because every sector of the football Twitter community had people that were beating the drum of it. Okay, so like the fantasy people had it, the Gomling people had it, the super fan people had it. You kind of could see it brewing.
Yeah.
And then 2 3rd and 9s, happened. Then the late hit, then the refs basically putting it into position, and then he starts spotlighting everything else that happened over the games. And it's like, yep, the refs are cooking the games, obviously, so we all lose our money, and the game is much worse. Like, yeah, saw it coming from a mile away, and it came real hard, real fast.
Whoa.
It was coming all over the place. It was fucking a loose cannon.
Yeah.
It was.
People were sucking it up.
Jane
Loaded
Steratore.
everywhere.
Jane Steratore said, I ain't getting any of that, come on me, like.
Oh, is that
And
what we're talking about?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
We're talking about the conspiracy, obviously.
Metaphorically.
But it was You know what I mean? It was coming real hard, real strong. So I think he will certainly get asked about it here in an hour and a half. But that's what this press conference is for, pretty much. Do you think anything else comes up in that press conference that we need to be prepped for?
I mean, I've been like trying to think all morning of like what are the big topics.
Well, you've been trying to wake up all morning. We see you.
Well, and I got to work out in. So
nice.
Wow.
Okay. Grinding a little bit. Saw Pelissero in the gym, also grinding.
Okay.
Robots have to work out?
Yeah, was he charging or grinding?
Yeah, he does the Peloton. Let me sit on it.
Okay.
Yes. So you can fully plug in.
Nice.
Of course. Among the topics, the sale of the Commanders, because we sort of had been led to believe or think that something is coming by March, but the lack of updates has been at least kind of noteworthy to me. And even the people who have been sort of identified as favorites, like Josh Harris, I know someone
Bezos.
a lot of people talk about Bezos. I'm not sure there are like official Bezos.
I don't know. I
Kafka.
thought I said it wrong.
Bezos.
Kafka.
You said Kafka.
Yeah, Kafka.
I should have. Yeah. I saw him in Mobile. I should have had that conversation.
Kafka or Bezos?
Kafka.
Bezos ain't going to Bama.
No.
Neither's the NFL anymore. 5 years, we told you, right? It's happening. We tried to tell you beforehand. You're like, no, Bill Bars.
Love it.
It's happening. That thing's coming out of there. Did you hear Bill Belichick cut a promo about the Shrine Bowl?
I did actually.
Yeah, he said Tom Brady's pictures on the wall there. Like over 100 Hall of Famers have played in the Shrine Bowl. Like he was.
They were, and not only. I mean, yes, he was excited. The whole staff was excited. They accept because like usually. You're like, all right, you're not very good. You kind of have to do the Senior Bowl. Then you're like, all right, like I guess we'll go down there. The Patriots volunteered to go to the Senior Bowl or to go to the Shrine Bowl.
Hell yeah.
And Belichick was all in on it. And it's like it's not inexpensive. You pay for your whole staff to be there, and they were all in.
He wanted the next Tom Brady who played there. So you think the Commander sale will come up in conversation?
That'll come up.
I think the rigged conversation will come through an officiating question.
There will be a is it time for full-time officials question, and I don't know what he's going to say, but I've gotten a feeling that is some sort of get more serious about officiating conversation is coming. I think that makes sense. There's been too many moments this year where it's been like
every year. This year, not as many actually. To be honest, if you're
really?
Roger Goodell, if he really wants to kick the can down the road another year, which I don't know why you would, but this is the NFL.
I don't know why I would either.
The NFL does things however they want to do it. It was definitely not as much of a talking point for us this year as it had been in the past.
No.
This year it was not officiating as much as it was bad offense.
Yep.
Bad offense was the big conversation,
Yep.
so he'll get asked about that as well. He'll get asked about like maybe what the game is going to do, how he sees the game going forward, everything like that, because the offensive boom was the biggest growth of the game, I think, when it came to fantasy and gambling and everything like that. This year, up until November, I think it was a 5-year low for points and first downs and everything. So I think that was
which is actually weird because we probably have more good young quarterbacks than maybe we've ever had.
Defense, though.
Yeah, I do like defense.
No, I think they got the new. And AJ has a question for you, obviously, but like I think that Skell, Lou Anarumo,
That's right.
basically laid the game out. He was like, "Yeah, now we're just kind of playing shell, letting them get their yards. Like, fantasy's happy, you're getting your yards.
Tighten up in the red zone.
Boom. Once you get down here, you're only kicking field goals, and if you miss field goals, you got nothing. So it's an interesting little game of chess that's happening. I think he'll get asked about it. Go ahead, AJ.
Ian, the Colts and Cardinals. Like, who are they waiting on? Why haven't they not hired a head coach yet?
All right, so Cardinals first. They still have to interview someone on today's what? Today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So
Winter Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's hard to keep track of like what
It is out here, especially.
Yeah, when you're hungover.
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel pretty good.
Where was
good
Rick Ross?
together.
He was at Jay Glazer's event. Was that guy
I do
in
not
a gi?
believe I will be making an appearance at Jay Glazer's
Whoa.
Why don't
Didn't
you
get
wear
the
a gi?
invite?
Why don't you both wear
You
gis?
guys should go together.
event. Didn't get
Bring the
invite.
gloves.
Yeah, you got a plus one though. You can bring
Oh,
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Wife,
Want to go?
Both of them in geese.
Yep. Gee brothers.
Only if you wear a gi.
Singlet underneath.
I was a wrestler in high school. I do have some singlets in my parents' house. I could get
Nice.
them.
Let's go.
What?
Still live with
You
your
don't think
parents?
so?
I was at 500 my senior
What
year.
weight class?
152.
Come on.
Dang.
That's
What do you weigh
bullshit.
now? I feel like you're not much heavier
Yeah,
than now.
about right.
Ian,
Ten.
you're not hopping in a singlet and trying to alpha anybody ever. That's
could.
what
I believe
that's what
it.
wrestling is.
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
I was intense. I was
Yeah.
not good though. I was not good.
You
but I
said
was
you're
very
500. That's not
Yeah,
bad. You had to have
feisty.
won at some point,
How
I was
many
like
times
you
you
in
get
pickleball.
pinned?
huh?
I was like you in pickleball.
There we go.
Right around
I had a good first night last night. Though.
That
I
happened.
lost it morally.
So Cardinals still have an interview. I believe it's Anarumo tomorrow,
Okay.
right? And then, there's not an I don't think there's an edict, but generally there are not head coaching announcements during Super Bowl week. So we're waiting on the Cardinals. We're waiting on the Colts, obviously. The Colts have so many finalists, and they are in the process of whittling that down. But what I don't think they have done is eliminate anyone, because usually that's how you kind of learn like where it's going, because guys get eliminated.
His team.
We have not done that yet. And Irsay said matter of days.
JMV said, JMV, local radio host, he's been on for 20 years in Indy on the station that has a deal with the Colts. I believe he's hosted a show with somebody like general manager or coach from the Colts.
So someone real.
In the past, has been in Indiana a long time. He said that Jeff Saturday's been eliminated from the head coaching search.
I do not believe that is the case.
JMV's lying?
What
You don't know John Michael.
That is the case.
I love JMV.
What's his last name?
He looks like Rascal Flatts guy.
Oh, that.
Oh,
yeah.
really? My Wish guy?
Yeah,
The lead singer
For you guy?
Gary LeVox.
Yeah, that's
Life is a Highway
Yep.
guy?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. That got
God
a lot
bless
of
the
play in
broken
our
road.
household.
Yeah, got a cool soul patch.
He
Lot of
does,
play.
and a buttery smooth voice.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
buttery smooth.
He knows it forever, too.
Yeah.
He can waltz on to My Wish
For you.
and just be at any event forever.
Yep.
And he'll bang every single time.
Yep.
Gorgeous
They know.
chin.
All right, so we don't know what's going to happen with the Colts. Nobody's been eliminated. Sweet. We don't know what's going to happen with Arizona because we don't announce head coaching things during Super Bowls.
And obviously these are owner decisions, right? So Michael Bidwell it's a big week for him. He's flying planes around with Larry Fitzgerald or Kurt Warner or whoever, he's hosting. I would be very surprised if while the Super Bowl is in his town, he announced a head coaching hire and the attention was there as opposed to here.
Oh, so he's flying people in and hosting events every single night?
Yeah, I mean, he's hosting. Yeah.
Good for him. Hey, I'll send my
smart.
plane. You want to come to my party? Sure.
Why not?
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm on my
Sounds
way.
like a plan. It'd be cool to be an owner.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some other news that aren't coaching searches. Derek Carr went down and visited the New Orleans Saints.
Right now, as
it
a
was
matter
being
of fact.
reported. Right now, he is in New Orleans. Derek Carr is in the Bayou,
Right.
Hell yeah.
visiting with the New Orleans Saints currently. Now, I believe Tom Pelissero, your guy, reported that terms had to be agreed to with the Raiders when it came to a trade or assets or something like that before a visit was to happen. The Saints are the only team that has agreed to the trade, which is like a third-round pick, allegedly. Now the whole conversation is whether or not Derek Carr would change his contract. My question for you, why would Derek Carr change his contract? Why would he not rather, if he's not going to get the $40 million guaranteed, why wouldn't he rather just go and become a free agent and then be able to negotiate against everybody? There's no way Derek's going to change his contract, right?
Good questions. First of all, I do not believe a trade has been agreed to. What my understanding of the situation is he was only going to be allowed to speak or visit, like he's on a visit right now, actually, in New Orleans, if a team was willing to give the compensation that it would take to do a trade. So I don't think they're like, all right, we're good, but it's like, all right, I would do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're in the ballpark.
No,
they're in the conversation.
Yeah, they agreed. Got it.
Rap sheet sometimes, man.
Like,
I'm just telling you.
you don't have to always.
No, hold on.
Be an asshole.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm just telling you guys. It's not like, all right, I know the pick. Here's what it is. It's like, well, yeah, this is kind of the range, but might the pick change? Like, let's say he does adjust his contract, right? Let's say he goes to New Orleans and decides, all right, well, I'll actually take this. Maybe the pick is worth something different. Maybe the Raiders go, actually, we could pay this, and then the pick. So, like, I'm not saying it's agreed to, but obviously the Saints are the front runner for Derek Carr.
Got it.
That is real. It is a place that would make a ton of sense for him. And Dennis Allen's there, was his head coach in Oakland. So, and the relationship has been good. And they are speaking today. They've had communication. Like, it's all good. The question, though, is this. Let's say Derek Carr agrees to a trade with the Saints today. He gets his contract. He gets his guaranteed money. If he says, you know what, cool, but I don't want to weaken the team that I'm going to by them giving up a pick. I'm just going to just sign with them in free agency. What if the Saints go, yeah, we're just going to go get someone else, or we're going to wait for someone else, or he doesn't get the money that would be available now because the Saints would be willing to pay him more, and they're like, well, if we can't lock you in, we're just going to open it up to everyone.
Interesting.
So there is an opportunity here to lock in the money and for the Saints to be like, we have a guy. That's why this is kind of there's a push-pull on both sides.
But they had to have an agreement with the Raiders. Like, if we end up not having to pay the money, you'll be able to give us lower mid. If you do, we'll give you this. Like, they had to have that conversation. Pretty much foregone conclusion. If the Saints and Derek Carr's people are able to figure out the contract,
trade will happen.
Trade will happen.
Yes. I think they are in a good place. And that's why, like, Carr got permission to speak with anyone who'd be, say, willing to do a trade like this.
When was that? Recent?
I think it was earlier this
yesterday.
We already
no.
this week.
I think it was last week.
No.
But basically they were like
post Pro Bowl, right? Would have to be post Pro
Yeah, it
Bowl.
was post Pro Bowl.
So that's in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr's team was able to get right to the Saints. That's quick. That's very new news.
As far as I know, that is the only team that has the ability to speak to him, which makes me think that is the only team that, as of right now, would give the pick.
Well, Colts don't even have a coach, so we
True.
can't even get into that whole.
Colts would make some sense.
What's that?
Colts would make some sense.
I told him that too. I said, "Hey, Indy's great place.
Yeah.
Come
I like
play."
Great place to raise a family.
Old quarterback who's not very
But Matt
good.
Ryan still wants to play. though.
Whoa. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Good follow up,
Does he?
AJ.
He said he has a lot of good ball left in him.
Yeah.
AQ. Derek Carr goes to the Saints. They're good.
I think they have to be the front runners in the South. They have to be.
Yeah, no other team has a quarterback.
They have to. No other team has a quarterback.
Wow.
Carolina has a great defense, but New Orleans still has a great defense. They still got Cam Jordan. They still got Davenport. They still got Onyemata.
Davis.
Yeah.
They still got guys in the secondary, right? Like they have to be the front runner. They still got Kamara.
All of a sudden, the Saints
Good
are a great
offensive
team. We're
line.
saying,
Is Michael Thomas still
It makes them a lot better.
is he coming back and playing football? Michael Thomas. That's a good
I
question.
think he'll play football.
That's great for us.
I do not know that he will play for the Saints.
Yeah, isn't his cap hit massive?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, and they could redo the deal theoretically if the Saints wanted to keep him. But obviously, they just did this whole thing with his agent, redid his contract. Seems to pave the way for a release or a trade.
Wow.
But no one has been like, all right, we're definitely moving him. I think the problem with Michael Thomas is he's such a good player that if everything is good in the building, if he's healthy, you want him.
Oh yeah,
that is your guy.
This is the be who you can afford to be situation, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't just let basic players just miss seasons and not do surgeries and then have to get surgeries to do your thing. Only the people who are, have earned it. And Michael Thomas, when he plays football,
dog.
unfucking believable.
Yeah.
Will he play football? That would help Derek Carr out a lot. I assume he's wondering those particulars as well. Derek Carr, though, just looking for a new home.
That's right.
Bingo.
Just
That's
wants
right.
to play ball. He's 32 years old, still got it. Why not come to Indianapolis? We don't have a coach. Tone, your question.
Ian, we saw the Twitter reaction. I'm interested to see what the league reaction was and how much research you had to do on 4-day darkness retreats.
Isolation retreats.
Sorry.
Have a little respect.
Sorry.
I thought,
Sensory
I will say
deprivation.
this. You guys are obviously very good journalists, all of you. That was some amazing journalism.
Thank you.
Because you could have just kind of, your question was a good one.
Which one?
Diaper.
Diaper.
Yeah.
That's still. Are you taking dark showers? Is he taking dark
Yes.
dumps?
Yes.
Is he,
Showers aren't happening.
what are we wearing?
There's
Yeah,
no shower.
showers.
There's no shower.
No,
No showers, but just a toilet. Just an
Did you
open
look
toilet?
up what he's in?
No.
I looked up what he's in.
120 square foot cabin.
Nope.
Is this like
Oh,
J.J.
hold
Watt's
on,
cabin?
hold on,
when
hold
he,
on.
What is
we thought it was like a cabin in the woods, and it was like a 16,000 square foot mansion.
Probably.
No, but that is what J.J. Watt had. Yeah. This guy lives in a log cabin in Wisconsin.
I love
and then he
that
starts
story.
showcasing clips. It's like,
Pretty
Holy
nice.
oh my
shit.
God, this guy
That's
lives in a
fucking awesome.
a
A ski
wooden
lodge.
castle
Yeah.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
What?
J.J. Watt badass, though. It's not.
What did you find out?
So I don't know if he's going to the exact spots that I was Googling, but it's like a cement teepee that he's in.
Oh,
That's
there's
a
not even.
nightmare.
I know you can't even have like a pinpoint of light come through.
And bro, there's like a rolling rock, like when
Oh, so
Jesus
he-
came out of the cave.
Oh, so he is locked in.
Locked in, yeah.
Yeah.
From what I looked up, he wasn't describing that in the internet. Who knows what the internet
I
does?
told you about the cave darknesses.
They're
last
not
night.
going to let him out, though, either. That's the thing. He thinks, like, it's an open door policy. It is not. Like, you're not paying that much. Everybody wants to leave after a day.
Yeah.
I would assume that's just natural.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did I sign up for?
Right.
Get me out of here. Yeah, you're not allowed to leave, dude. Excuse me.
This will be like that. You guys seen Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I imagine, where he's out in the desert and he's takes whatever.
I'm just scared for the guy in there because of how I would operate in there.
Yeah.
And that's me projecting my weakness, I guess, which is a part of the problem. A lot of people not happy with him doing this on the internet, though. Have you got any responses from league circles, though, to Tone Diggs' question?
Yeah, I think people sort of roll their eyes, but like Rodgers is not normal.
Guy's
anyway.
trying to take care of his mental health.
Be curious.
Also,
not
it doesn't
judgmental.
affect us at all.
Hell. Hey, we're allowed to judge him. Hold on, I don't need.
Be curious, not judgmental.
That's exactly right.
He's their MVP.
That's it.
Also, who cares? go live in darkness. Do your like it's. I hope the world has become less judgmental.
Yeah, a little bit more of this. A little bit more of this.
Yeah.
That's peace.
Love.
Is love. You
That's your
asswipe.
problem. That's your problem.
You did not go
This
to
is I love
Columbia.
you. You're a problem.
You're a dipshit.
You know. Anyway.
Is that peace?
Peace is this. Love is
Wait,
There you go.
Is he doing
This
any
is like
drugs
if
in
you're on
there?
a rock.
Or is he
Shaka.
sober?
Shaka.
No, it's hook 'em.
Well, that's also.
Hook 'em, also.
There's a lot of things that probably just got
Okay,
said
cool.
about you throwing that bad boy. out.
That's
What?
Yeah, I mean, geez.
What happened?
Deep conspiracies. We're in a
so I mean, I think
Senior NFL insider.
Huh?
I think-
Stars and circles.
I think everyone kind of rolled their eyes, but Rodgers is different, and that's okay. Like, he's always been like he openly talked about hallucinogenic drugs, and everyone's like, meh.
Plants.
And if
No, not drugs. Yes, please.
Fucking plant
Words
medicine.
Aren't
are
they all
spelled.
plants?
Boom.
No.
They're all
No,
plants.
they are
No.
not.
Son of a
Fentanyl
bitch.
is not.
Meth, you think meth
Weed
is
is
a
a plant, and weed
You ever
was
see how
illegal for
Coke's
years.
made in?
Yeah, weed is a plant. Exactly.
Plant,
Bingo.
right?
You're doing it right.
Anyway,
Crack's a plant.
Meth is not.
Crack is not a plant.
Gasoline.
no, it
is-
isn't.
Fuck.
It's a seed.
Yeah,
right?
a poppy seed, right? They eventually
Yeah,
become.
I mean,
Crack
at
is
some
opium.
point,
That's
there's something
heroin.
that comes from.
Yeah, heroin's a plant.
I do not know enough.
Sue
about
me.
Kid's got his voice back.
Yeah, finally. Fuck.
So yes, I would say everyone was kind of like, eh. I thought it
Who's
was
still in?
inter-
How's that end up?
was
Are they
interesting.
trading for you? You broke news last week
Yeah.
without even knowing it. You just let some inside information slip out of your mouth, and then you did the. It's already out there,
Right?
Right. I think it's already been
I
out
still
there.
don't think it's a big deal. Aaron Rodgers is and will always be himself. He will always be great. He will always be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He will always be. Quarterbacks run the show, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
Always.
We all know.
What Aaron Rodgers wants to do is what will probably happen. So if he goes to the Packers and goes, I've, emerged from the darkness, and I see, a future for me at Lambeau, I believe they will go, let's go. Let's load up, and
Okay.
we'll go, and we'll make
Contract
decisions.
stays the same, or do you change, rework it? What
with,
do you do?
With Green Bay, I think it would stay the same.
Yeah.
If he goes somewhere else, I don't think he would give up any of the guaranteed money, but you could figure out ways to make the cap hit less to make it manageable. You could
Kick
add
the
another
can.
year.
Kick the can.
But like
Cash over cap.
right, but like if you're
you won't report.
let's say you're a team
Never.
let's say you're a team that wants to acquire Aaron Rodgers and you're going all in. Like, okay, push it down. Like you'll end up like the Bucks, who have a really difficult cap situation this year because Brady's not there. But you get Aaron Rodgers, and
And
that's
Super Bowl,
okay.
maybe.
That's what you get.
Yeah, if you win a Super Bowl, you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Just
who
like the
cares?
Bucks were able to do.
There you
Just
go.
like the Rams were able to do. They're in the middle of full rebuild.
That's exactly right.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Jimmy G and Shanahan, when they start hating each other, and why didn't you tell us about this? Because this would change maybe how we view everything.
Yeah.
I don't think they hate each other.
Oh,
but
okay. Dislike each
What's
other.
the
Yeah,
problem?
there's some.
What's the issue?
Well, I think we all know from outside looking in what it could be if you're Jimmy G.
Too handsome.
Too handsome? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Shanahan.
jealous of him.
Me and AJ are on the same
Yeah.
page.
I mean, I'm
That's
sure Jimmy G
fantastic.
thinks that at some point. Maybe Shanahan's jealous of how fucking ridiculously
I
handsome
mean, it must
am.
be hard to every day. You're like,
Jimmy G.
and everyone knows like you are handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very handsome. Stuff. I
must
told
be
Jesse
hard.
Palmer that, but I that's not what I'm talking
Handsome,
about.
man.
I'm talking about whenever he was practicing on a different field, whenever they felt obligated to go up to number 3 overall to draft somebody to replace him.
Yep.
Like all the things that potentially Aaron Jordan Love, everybody's talking about, happened with the Niners, and then, oh, we're fucked. We need Jimmy G back all of a sudden. He plays great football. I thought it was like bygones be bygones. Jimmy was handling this better than any human in history because any of us who have a soul, emotions, egos, pride, anything at all, which every professional
tough. You're
professional football player has, would be very tough to get through it. Was that just something that they both just kind of squashed and got through?
Yeah.
Did we know that that was taking place while it was happening, or did they handle it so well we couldn't have expected that natural humans probably going to have a little bitterness towards each other because of what took place?
I mean, they handled it incredibly well, and I still cannot believe, like you were saying, like he's practicing on the rehab field, and we're all kind of watching him like throw with and the real teams over there, and like
Weird.
it was all
Awkward.
weird. It was and like where like media would kind of walk by and just kind of like nod.
And he was
like,
getting
he
blamed. Well, you didn't ruin your shoulder. We would have been
Yeah.
able to trade
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Like it was like that narrative was,
It was-
being tossed out
right.
there. It
On
was
the other
weird.
hand, they drafted his replacement and anointed him before he did anything wrong. And so like I don't know that he doesn't like them, but it is time to move on. And I think for them it's like you have Trey Lance, who we don't know what he is. We have Brock Purdy
doing full surgery, right?
surgery, yes. thinking going into surgery is 6 months. If it is not 6 months, then you have to say, like, what other –
That's a quick recovery.
How do you –
Yeah, is he having Tommy John?
It's not Tommy John,
Okay.
though.
Okay.
There's, like,
so
different –
it's not full surgery.
It is a full surgery to repair the torn UCL, but it's not –
Replacing.
Is it like Ben's surgery?
They don't have to take another ligament from somewhere else and put it in.
Right, and there are different ways to do it. Like, now they have a thing where this is, like, not my area, but you can put it
You do a lot
internal
of that.
brace. I do.
Or cadaver,
Pretend.
too.
You could put an internal brace in there on the new UCL and quicken the recovery, which pitchers do and other quarterbacks have done. So you could do that. And, so basically it would be 3 months you can throw, 3 months, and then the next 3 months you're good. If that's the case, I believe they're good. They stick with Purdy, and that's just the end. Jimmy goes.
Oh, so
one
they're
of
doing
many
the
places.
expedited one.
Yes.
That's smart, I think, because we have no idea what Purdy's career is.
Has it happened yet?
Yeah.
It has not happened yet.
Where are they waiting for?
I don't know.
Do it.
Sometimes.
Yeah, what?
Well, no. Sometimes.
Is
yeah,
it like
has not happened
LASIK
yet.
where it has to
Swelling's got
recover?
to go down sometimes.
Yeah,
ACL
or
do.
prehab where like you
Strengthen everything
strengthen
else,
it kind of around. So like, I think that's what's
Rehab sucks, dude. He's going to have to teach his
never
arm to
heard
be
of
an arm
rehab.
again.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Congrats to Brock Purdy getting that surgery. Hopefully it goes well. Come on, Brock.
Yeah.
luck,
Hey,
Brock.
Again,
Good luck to Derek Carr down in New Orleans today. Hope all parties are happy with what they got. Connor has a question for you, Rep.
Yeah, just to follow up with Jimmy G. Do teams have him as their number one target in the offseason? Like, are the Raiders and the Jets, are they, after Rodgers, is Jimmy G the next guy?
I mean, I think probably Carr goes first, just timing-wise, because I think that'll – if he's free before everyone else, my guess is he'll be signed before free agency. Like, that's an amazing advantage. Jimmy G is thought – people like Jimmy G. They think very highly of him. It'll be somewhat expensive. You're probably looking at 25, 30. So, like, real contract. So, if you sign him, you're like, this is our starter for 2 or 3 years maybe, right?
Yeah.
I think he is
don't worry. That's not real.
That's real.
Phil Rivers was our quarterback
Yeah,
for a
that's a good
while.
point.
Carson Wentz was our
He
quarterback
was
for a
older.
while.
No,
Matt Ryan
no,
was our
Wentz.
quarterback for a while.
What?
I mean, that's not real life. I understand what you're
Jacoby Brissett
saying.
had a moment. Got
Matt
a
Ryan's still your
contract
quarterback, though.
Jacoby's a dog. We'll figure that out when a new coach comes in. Gus Bradley,
He
he'll
did.
fucking
He has-
interview anywhere. What's that all about? Normal?
What's that?
Everybody feel good about that? Gus Bradley not being allowed to interview anywhere?
I mean, same thing for Vance Joseph in Arizona. Like, it's
Yeah, and someone saw
unfortunately-
him earlier, I think, and I don't know if Vance is too happy about the situation.
What happened?
I don't know.
What
I
if-
forget who saw him getting coffee, but I believe Vance was not too, pleased about being able to go talk to people.
Oh, yeah? Somebody saw him getting coffee? Is this
Yeah,
source?
I think so. No, I
Here?
don't know.
Right
I
here?
just read this is a report on the internet I saw.
Wow.
He was
All right.
pissed off.
You got a cramp? You didn't play much pickleball last night? You see?
Stomach. I didn't drink enough water yesterday.
Sure.
Aren't you an athlete?
I was an athlete.
You have a better
Was an
wrestling
athlete.
record than him in high school. If you were 500.
Yeah, I was a bad wrestler. Great basketball player. Bad wrestler. I went back to basketball. I tried wrestling because they said wrestling was the thing to do for linemen.
Yeah.
I won my first match, and then I sucked in singlets as I got pinned for fucking 18 straight matches.
Losing
This isn't
wrestling,
for me.
Of
This
all the
isn't for
things
me.
in life, getting pinned on the wrestling mat has to be one of the
How about
worst.
just whiffing completely on a breaking news? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, that's got to stink.
Like what happened with Schultze and us? Like that
Oh,
was the
baby.
scene.
What happened with
That-
Schultz?
Is that something that like hardens you? Is that Schultze?
He was out there. He was
Schultze
just,
is here today.
Lil
was
Latte's
just right
here?
there.
I did not know
if
that.
you say his name 3 times,
he was right there for
he
real.
appears.
Actually,
5 seconds ago, he's right
Lil
there.
Latte. Lil
Lil
Latte.
Latte.
Lil
Lil
Latte.
Latte.
What if he just fucking turned the camera?
Patty.
15 seconds ago, he was right there.
Is that something that hardens you though as an insider? Like he's gonna have to take that moment, swallow it, learn from it,
I mean,
and move
it
forward.
happens to all of us in varying forms and fashions.
When's the last time you got something completely wrong? You felt terrible, and do you ever feel terrible?
Yeah,
That's a good
I have-
follow up.
I
Thank
have
you.
feelings.
Great follow-up.
I have
Thank you.
feelings.
What?
Had a baby.
You've heard my story on this, right? With the Antonio Brown Bills trade.
No.
So
Yes. I love this.
I'm
happy we're remembering.
Yeah.
oh
here we go.
yeah, no, this is a
This
great
is
memory.
good.
This is a great
Because
memory.
now every time I ask him a question about either the Bills or anything,
No, this is a great
this is
memory.
going to be.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
this is
you
just
put
fantastic.
somebody on the team. It
Come on,
wasn't
tell us about AB.
So
James Harrison.
four
I remember it well.
four off seasons ago.
Yep.
I get a tip that Antonio Brown is in the process of being traded to the Bills, and it's free agency and everyone's antsy and anxious. And this is the whole offseason was like, where's he gonna? The whole offseason was like, where's he gonna go?
Latte.
And
Little latte.
Sorry, Ian.
No, it's all good.
Knew it.
It's all good. The whole offseason
Striped
was like, where's he going to be traded? And so I get the tip that a trade is going down. It's not done, but they are deep in talks. And as long as he gets a new contract and gets the extension he wants, he's going to go to the Bills. So I break that he is close to a deal with the Bills. I add an exclamatory phrase, like, here we go, there it is, something like that.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, basically.
What, really?
And
Oh, that was weird you saying that word. That's an
Yeah,
adult
That was the
word.
first time.
That was an adult
You're a
word.
little comfortable.
this is annoying.
It's
I
like
gotta
when
get off
Buddy
the
the Elf
set
tried
He's
something.
in the nest.
Gum
Buddy
up.
Anyway, and so I reported it, and it was 11:30 at night. I did a bunch of TV. We went, breaking news on TV, whatever.
No big deal.
And then I went to bed. And over the course of me going to bed, so that was like 11:45, and no one confirmed, right? I was extremely comfortable with my source, and I still am. Person who knew and was very much involved. And then the deal broke down at 3:30 because he didn't get a contract extension. And so I woke up with 50 texts.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch.
And it
You
was
need to
not good.
apologize.
And
You
I
need
was
to
like,
apologize.
okay, this is really bad. And then the Bills put out a statement and were like, we had conversations about Antonio Brown. We are not going to trade for him or whatever it was. We will move forward. And it was not a good feeling. And it literally changed the way I reported foread
This doesn't sound like that's that big of a deal.
Yeah, this isn't a big
it
deal
was,
at all.
I mean,
In your life, it was a big deal?
Yeah.
I did a 40-minute interview with Deadspin. I did radio interviews. I faced the music.
Oh,
Say it fell-
really?
but it fell apart though. When you went to bed, it was good.
But it didn't matter because I woke up and everyone was deny. You're wrong. And fans they don't care about
Who
me.
cares?
No.
So you were in the kitchen there a little bit.
Steelers fans weren't happy with you. I remember.
But the Bills
Nobody
acknowledged
would-
it, right? The Bills
Yeah.
acknowledged. So
But it didn't matter because it was still, and everybody was mad. And but it changed the way I reported because now, before you're going to put something out like that, it's like you got to hit all sides. You got to make sure everyone, if I'm going to stay close to a deal, this deal better be happening.
Yeah.
Instead of
We
hurrying it
appreciate
out.
that.
What I
Yeah.
should have done then was reach out to the Bills, who did not answer my calls at the time, but I wish they would have, and say, hey, I got this.
Brandon Bean.
Here's what's going to happen.
Is that Bean?
It was midnight.
Did AB send you a text of his summer sausage and say gotcha?
No, he posted on Instagram. and
Who's
it
the
was-
dick now?
And it was something like he posted on Instagram.
Stop
and it was
playing
something
fake
like
news.
fake or something.
Historical.
Yeah.
Okay.
He dunked on you. Shit.
You
That's
run
you.
Do you
are
run
the
his
reason.
Twitter now?
You are the reason for this.
And then his foot got
You
frozen.
gave ABCD. You son of a bitch.
No.
I don't think we're supposed to be laughing about that.
No.
Well, no, he
Hey,
made it.
Well, we can now
What did he
because
say? 90-some%, right, or something?
95% of people have
Everybody
CT,
gets
so
it.
you could laugh
got
about
reported.
And he said James Harrison did, and they were on the same team.
We all hope that it gets figured out. Honestly, we all hope it gets figured out.
I read that and did not compute all. That's
It's a good
pretty
picture.
funny.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an internet conversation right now happening very loudly. I mean, it is.
And what he's up
Another one, quickly before we let you go, and we appreciate you doing this.
It was fun to go down memory lane and talk about that topic. It was great.
Well, I think it's a good thing. That sounded like when somebody says, "What are your weaknesses?" And you're like, "I work too hard."
Care too
No,
much.
no.
That's
Care
kind of
too
like
much.
your
No,
biggest.
that
your
was
biggest.
bad.
Well, I
Oh,
had
no,
a
it
report
was
that
so
was.
If that's
bad.
bad, though,
Missed
that's
on
not.
AB going to the Bills.
Yeah,
That's all right.
That's nobody. I don't think any of us remember. That's because of how good you are.
That's right.
I appreciate it.
And how professional you've been. Speaking of professional, did you see J.J. Watt on Dan Patrick this morning?
What?
When he was asked about Kyler?
He did great.
Oh, someone texted. Not was it today or yesterday?
Today? I believe it was
today.
today.
And he
morning,
kind
yeah.
of danced around it.
They
I
did.
didn't get to see it, but I heard it was.
Here's the video right here from the Dan Patrick Show. J.J. Watt getting asked the tough questions early in the morning, if you listen to the way J.J. describes it, on the legendary Dan Patrick Show today.
I'm trying to figure out Kyler Murray.
Okay.
He was great in high school, great in college, but I don't know. I'm trying to be fair to him. I think it's too much. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a great talent.
What makes you say that?
Well, the great talent, I can see that, but is he a great leader? Maybe it's asking somebody that age to do something, and that's not fair to him. I don't know. I just get it. I don't know where his trajectory is. I'm trying to be. It feels like Jalen Hurts has a better sense of who Jalen Hurts is than Kyler Murray does.
This is some deep stuff. I was not prepared for the deep level of questioning this morning.
Yeah, I normally don't get that deep.
No,
you know.
I was not ready to go into the psychological aspects
Beautiful
of
shot,
players
jeez.
that are not myself.
But you're there on the team. You see it.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you mentor, if he listens to anybody, but I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. He's a wonderful talent. I remember when he was in high school, he could do everything. Sometimes when it's too easy, then, are you really developing, putting in the time?
But how easy was it at Oklahoma?
In that offense, it was pretty easy.
It wasn't easy. I guess, it was.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield, it was easy for him too.
Could I do it?
What?
Do you think I could do it? Think Lincoln Riley could make me a Heisman winner? You think he can make me a Heisman winning quarterback?
No, but don't change the subject.
That'd be fun.
You could be the tight end there. I'll make you a tight end there.
I was a tight end once, Dan. There's a reason I'm a defensive end now.
I know that.
Do you?
Yes, yes. Central Antonio. You want to talk about Antonio Brown instead of Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
He does.
The day that we came into Central Michigan, the freshmen all showed up on the same day, and we went to the indoor facility to run. We went to run by ourselves, like as a freshman group, which pretty incredible freshman group. We had myself, Antonio Brown, and Nick Bellore, who's still in the league with the Seahawks. And we went to run, and Antonio was dusting the floor with every single one of us. It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen, and all the rest of us just kind of looked at each other like,
he did not say
"Did he even be here? Like, this guy's on a different planet." But he was an unbelievable talent, and he turned out to be a great player. And, he has a fascinating backstory, and it was definitely interesting getting to know him. And he was a hell of a player to watch.
I'll let you off the hook. You don't have to answer Kyler Murray.
All right. So what do you hear there? What did you hear there from J.J. Watt as we wrap this beautiful thing up? Incredible. Yeah, that's why Dan Patrick's Dan Patrick.
I see you're changing the size.
OG of the game. He was putting a little heat on there psychologically. Do you think he's a guy? Do you think he's not a guy? Is there people questioning that? And J.J., I don't think said anything to say he wasn't a guy or that he was a guy. Just was like, why am I'm retired. You see my hair right now?
Yeah.
I got a family. I'm doing my thing.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if he gets into TV, which I would assume he'll either do that or become like a superhero or something.
Sure.
Both. It's going to have to be. He's going to have to answer that stuff.
Kyler, though, the coach, whatever coach gets hired is in on Kyler, has to be in on Kyler, and that's not like the focal point of the conversation. You think on who they're hiring?
I think it is. I mean, but then I do not believe from what I know now.
Well, rap sheet, I don't know.
Maybe. White high.
Wait side. Wait side.
That's what he sounds like. Well, you got to be in on Kyler, but then also.
Maybe you don't.
We appreciate you, Rap.
I will say this. I do not think Kyler's ready to start the season, and I don't know when he is going to be ready. My guess is mid-season. So if you're taking the job.
That's breaking news.
Yeah.
I've said that before.
When did he have surgery?
It's out.
Late December, right?
Oh,
I mean,
okay, yeah.
it's and like it was meniscus. Meniscus had to get sewed and then sewn.
Sure.
Either one.
Yeah.
And the ACL too. Like that's a complicated surgery.
That is.
If you're a coach taking this job, yes, you be all in on Kyler Murray, but you also have to know like you're gonna have to have a quarterback for half the
What a
season.
tough job. We appreciate you so much for joining us all year. You've been amazing this year, Ian. A lot of
I don't know, boys. What do you think?
But at least you give us some info, and we appreciate the hell out of it. And the vibes are immaculate. You crushed it on Tailgate Takedown. The Insiders was an incredible podcast this year.
Sick.
We listened to it every single time it came out on a Fast Network. And everything you do on NFL Network is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian, wrap up.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ian. Appreciate you, buddy. Hi, baby, Ian. All right, we will take a 2-minute break real quick, and then Debo Samuel will be joining us on the other side. Cannot wait. Hey, good work, Rap.
Rap sheet.
All right, be a friend, tell a friend. We're back in like 2 minutes with Debo Samuel. Radio Row's heating up, as is the news around the NFL. We'll be the ones to tell you. Take 5.
5.
Big brain football.
Breaking news. The Kansas City Chiefs are really fucking good at football.
Kelsey over the middle, late to the end zone, touchdown, Kansas City.
Big reason for that? A lot of big brains running around in Chiefs jerseys on Sunday. Wyatt,
Monday, what? Thursday, what? In America, what? In England, what? No matter where they play, they have high IQ. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
I hit him with the bing bing, and then just go. Just go. Yeah. His eyes were in the backfield. As soon as I hit the 1-2, I was out of there. I knew I had nothing in the middle.
The middle was wide open because of Sky Moore, rookie, and MVS Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Clear out in a post to occupy the safeties, and Travis Kelce's able to waltz right in for his 72nd NFL touchdown. Bravo, Travis Kelce, and thanks for the big brain football by MVS and Sky Moore.
Who's backside? Go ahead, that was you? Yeah. Were you backside? Good. Baby, way to clear that. Who was that backside post?
Scott.
Huh?
I think it's Scott.
Scott? That went too full. Hey, Scott!
Kansas City's receivers might not be big names in the kingdom just yet, but they got big old brains.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
It wasn't a coincidence MVS was open down the seam. No.
You even crossed the hat. You right on the hat. Yeah, I literally, because they went inverse. I thought the safety run way over there. The other ones, I'm like, take it throughout the half.
Against the inverted safeties, MVS knew that the middle of the field would be wide open. Mahomes had a hunch that the 4.37 speed on a linebacker might be a favorable matchup.
A dart thrown by Patrick Mahomes.
Great job.
Yes, sir. One of the problems sometimes when you try and disguise coverages and drop somebody back late, you can zip somebody right past it. And it's exactly what happened with Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
A safety pressure, immediate invert. That's what it means every time.
Knowing coverages and how to beat them, that's smart football. But what Mahomes did on his second touchdown pass was a work of wizardry in the art of football IQ.
At the 2, they fake the trap. Now Mahomes scrambling to his right, holding it, gets off the hit, now lunging forward, and now fires it late, caught at the back of the end zone. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mahomes with the touchdown pass.
Absolute banana land. Dude takes a snap. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the FanDuel stage, here for the Super Bowl 57 Radio Row Spectacle.
Hell yeah.
Woo. Winter Wednesday, February 8th, and as Hour 2 starts, we get a chance to bring in a man who's an absolute stallion on the football field. His name is synonymous with bullying people, and that's what he does with the ball in his hand.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, here for Wells Fargo, the slant god from the San Francisco 49ers, Deebo Samuel. Hey, baby Deebo! Sir, how are you, man? Appreciate you coming by. Hey, saddle up, bro. How's the day going? You selling the shit out of some Wells Fargo right now?
Nah, what you drinking?
Just a little green tea.
That's it.
What? How about you?
Oh, nothing. Just
You starting
chilling.
your day a little good? A little,
Yeah,
little
for sure.
celebration? All right, so what are you doing with Wells Fargo?
So, kind of go back to the food. You know what I'm saying? The price of food is dropping right now, and you know, Super Bowl time, big parties. You know, so I'm a big wing guy. I'm sure you're a big wing guy.
Love wings. Had wings last night, actually. Delicious wings last night.
So for sure, man, be sure to go get some wings. The price of food is dropping. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Hell yeah, Deebo. Well, I appreciate you doing that. Let's talk about the season. Obviously, we thought you guys were potentially going to be in the Super Bowl with how the year went. It ends in devastating fashion with no quarterbacks. You're sick of answering questions about that already because of how great the year was?
Yeah.
Yeah. It fucking sucks that that's how it ended.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I mean, it does. It sucks completely. Out of nowhere. Were you thinking about maybe running quarterback at all during the second half of that
I mean,
game?
we thought about Wildcat. You know.
Real, like, actual conversation. I think at some point you have to have that
We
talk,
did.
right?
We talked about the Wildcat, but I don't think people know how hard it is to call a play in the huddle without a quarterback. Even if it's on the wristband, like the verbiage, everything goes into calling the play, if that makes sense. That's why Purdy came back in the game, just to hand the ball off.
And it was being reported. Did you guys know that it was completely torn? Because it was being reported as a nerve damage on TV. It was like he has nerve damage in his arm. So with nerves, it could come back. It could not come back. Did you guys know that he had no shot of fucking throwing a ball?
I mean, we standing on the sideline watching him. He was throwing it, but it was like dying. Like he'd throw it and it just like dies. I'm like, yeah, something ain't right.
Well, obviously the NFC Championship is an incredible feat that you guys accomplished. Nowhere near what your goal was. Let's talk about the entire year. Bringing Christian McCaffrey. Then you're out for a little bit. Then whenever you come back in, you're running the ball out of the backfield. Christian's running the ball out of the backfield. Elijah's running the ball out of the backfield. You got fucking Trent Williams coming across on a counter tray, fucking blowing people up. What is it about that offense, and what do you think is more to explore in that offense with Kyle Shanahan, with how many weapons you have and the type of weapons you have?
Man, it's just crazy. If you just look at our huddle, you just like how?
Yeah.
Like how do you stop these fuckers? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like Kyle get real creative when he has, since I've been there with the guys that we've had, and just adding him to it, he's just gonna get, the playbook is just gonna get about this big, and it was already this big. It's already hard as it is. But it's just crazy when we got him, and then kind of going back to starting with Trey, and then Trey go down and Jimmy go down, and we like what is going on? Then Brock come in, we won 12 straight. He go down. All right, then here comes Josh Sack. He go down. Like,
yeah, what is the deal? It's hard, it's got to be hard to stay positive.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard to stay positive because you're talking about all the weapons you have. Whoever's quarterback next is going to have to catch back up again with everything you guys have. Do you guys just have to be like, next man up? How do you block that out any negativity that you could easily fall into numerous different times throughout this season?
I mean, that's just how you got to be in this league. I've been in this league for 4 years. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of people get disappeared. I mean, seen a lot of new guys come in, and it's just crazy. Like when they say this is like a business, this is a legit like business, like cutthroat. If you don't do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, however you're supposed to do it, you're gone.
You're a piece of gum. Your flavor will run out, and there'll be another packet for them to find another piece of gum. AJ has a question for you, Debo.
Yeah, your head coach Kyle Shanahan intrigues me. Like, what does he do? You think that like separates him from other coaches? Because you guys, I've heard people say like you want to give the illusion of complexity. Like, hey, we show all these different looks, but it might be the same play. We're just moving guys around. Obviously, a testament to you guys. Like, you guys have to learn so many positions. I feel like, but what does Kyle do? I guess early on to set the tone. Like, hey, you got to do everything here, guys. Like, everything's on the table, it feels like.
I mean, everything's on the table every week. Because come playoff time, you want to be the number one seed, and you want to have the bye. You want to have the next couple home games. So, I mean, kind of reflecting on what you're saying and, like, what makes Cal so special, we have 1,000,001 formations, but the same plays is being ran.
You just got to know each spot, right? Like, where you're at during that particular play.
Like, when I don't think people can, like, scheme us up because you will never know.
No chance.
I can go in the backfield and we can
play.
Trent
was tipping plays.
Trent
was tipping plays. It was a pass or run. That was the internet. Trent was tipping them.
Trent's getting the same stance every time. It don't matter what his stance look like. You can't do nothing about it.
Absolutely.
So kind of like, it's just crazy. Like, for you to try to scheme us up is crazy. I can go in the backfield and we can play action pass and throw the 20-yard over route that we love to throw. Like, you just never know. You can put Christian on an in-breaking route, like what you don't see just happen. And, I mean, it's the offensive guru that Kyle is just crazy. Like, coming into the league and just seeing and hear how he talk and
does he live for that? It feels like he lives to, like, he wakes up in the middle of the night and he's drawing up plays he thought of in his head or something. I don't
even think he's drawing it up. He's just putting it on the paper.
Really?
It's already like, once Kyle think about something, it's already there. He's just going to be like, all right, guys, this is what I just thought about. All right, let's go out here. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but then you guys got to execute all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here with professionals.
High football IQ, not everybody, though,
Come
Debo.
on.
That ain't a real thing.
If you ain't smart, you can't play for Kyle.
Yeah.
Which all the teams that seemingly end up in the end playing are all sophisticated offenses with a lot of responsibility on all parts. AQ, we broke down your run game all year and in the trenches. Fun to watch you guys all get so damn physical.
Yeah, when I played for the Cardinals, I used to hate watching you score touchdowns across the sideline. But now that I'm on the other side and I'm breaking it down, love watching what you guys do. My question is, all the stuff you've done on the receiving side, right? When you move into the backfield, do you enjoy running between the tackles? Do you enjoy doing that stuff?
I love it.
You do?
I love it.
That was a big part of the contract, wasn't it?
I was a running back before I was a receiver.
Okay.
So I've been there. I've done it really all my life until, second year of college, and I started playing wide out a good bit.
I love it.
Hold on, I have a question. Because your contract was being talked about by us and a lot of people whenever it was up. And it was, Debo doesn't want to run the ball anymore. If Debo...
you put that narrative out there?
No! No.
No, that's what was out there.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
It was out there.
Hey, go
Yeah.
check the tape. Go check the tape. I was on the other side. I was on the other side. I was actually like, I'm sure if they were to pay Debo wide receiver and running back money, he would not mind having some runs out of the backfield. Was that ever a part of the negotiation? That was just all kind of fodder that was out there?
Everything that was out there was just fodder.
You try to stay away from it?
I mean, I really didn't pay it no mind. I mean, everybody got something to say, like I just mentioned. I could take 2 steps off the stage. They be like, Debo walking funny.
Oh, we got to do that because you're fucking Debo Samuel. Hey, congrats. Such a quick time becoming.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pretty sweet.
that's pretty good. Not a lot of people get that in like 4 years. That isn't something that happens. Tone has a question for you.
Do you guys know that you guys coming out of the locker room with the boombox is the coolest thing in the NFL going?
And you try to see everybody try to copy our trend now?
No.
No. There's, hey, listen, nobody can copy it.
Copycat league.
They
It's your
try.
thing.
It's copycat league.
When did it start? That just started happening in practice? You guys
2019.
Who's control the music? That guy that we see with the sunglasses?
He controlled the music. But
He's
we
the
picked
one?
the song.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So he's not the DJ.
Nah. He's the DJ. His name is DJ Craig, but he's not the DJ on game day.
Who picks song? You? Trent?
Me and Trent.
What is it, a little meeting of the minds? Do we take requests?
So early on, you got the song you want to ride out to.
Dude, think about being the other team. Like, just think. Have you thought about this yet?
Like, we pick a song, and long as we win, and the song stay the same. But once we lose,
think about the other team. Have you thought about them at all?
that should be vibing. You be vibing, huh?
Oh,
You like that?
Yeah. I came and watched you guys play against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle on Thursday night, and I got there as you guys were getting to the end of the tunnel down there, and just watching your tunnel versus the other team's tunnel, I'm like, jeez, look at that fucking team. It's every single game. Is the mindset every game always the same? You guys just excited?
Always the same, even at
no
practice.
nerves, no anxiety.
Nah, none. Zero.
Not in your team.
None.
Get
Zero.
out.
Yeah.
Can't have it.
If you're nervous, you're in the wrong spot. If you ain't ready to play, this way you know.
Do you feel pressure to be like the toughest fucking guy on earth with the name Debo or no?
Nah, not at all.
Just
No
comes
pressure.
naturally with it?
No pressure. No pressure.
What's the off season? What do we do in the off season? What are the hobbies?
About to take my girl on a trip.
Congrats.
next
Where are we
week.
going? I got a spot. It's a darkness retreat.
Darkness.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Darkness
4 days.
retreat.
4 days
Just
would be
go in
fun.
there.
She wanna go to Cabo, so we're going to Cabo.
Nice.
Probably take the guys somewhere and then get back in the lab.
Will you work out when you're in Cabo, or you take
No chance.
let the body chill?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
How's the body feel this year?
Great. Besides what happened in Tampa, which was the biggest scare of my
Yeah. So
football
what
career.
happened? You were out a few weeks there, right? If I do recall.
Had a grade 2 MCL sprain and an ankle sprain.
Felt like it was
Done.
Damn.
But remembering that, like, at the moment, like, I've never been, like, in a position like that in my career of playing football. And it was a point where, like, my knee was really, really hurting real bad. And then when the trainers came out there, I think it was just all in my head. They did the knee examination.
the test thing.
Yeah, and they was like, yeah, your knee is fine. I was like, all right, I'm about to get up. So I got up, and my ankle was, like,
we tested the wrong body part.
and I
Did you
couldn't-
do something?
I'm like, yo, my ankle and I'm feeling right. And then I was just like, it was like, it's not your knee. I was like, all right, I'll be all right sooner or later.
I mean, I guess. Happy to have you back. As soon as you came back, I think the first game you had like a 60-yard, put it in a 6th gear, pull away from everybody. It was an unbelievable thing. And this is like a corny question, but a real thing. With how the season ended, I assume this is just another chip on the shoulder for the group that you have there? Because everybody's coming back pretty much, right?
We're going to try to get everybody back, you know?
But I think everybody's kind of locked down, aren't they? Let's go. Hey, let's
do
go.
it.
Why not?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, why not? I saw George out at the Pro Bowl. Saw Christian out at the Pro Bowl. It ended the wrong way.
Yeah. It wasn't right.
It wasn't right. We
Didn't
all watched.
feel right for you, huh?
Did not.
No.
Eagles
Not for me.
defense or Eagles offense stoppable? You think by the Chiefs defense? And do you think the Eagles defense is penetrable for Patrick Mahomes and the boys?
I think it'll be a good game.
Everybody just thinks the Eagles are going to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that? That's how everybody's talking. All right, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Good luck this offseason. Enjoy
Appreciate
Cabo.
you, man.
Shout out to Wells Fargo and shout out to you and the Niners, ladies and gentlemen. Debo Samuel.
Debo!
Appreciate you, dude. Have a good one.
Thanks, man.
You're going to jack our ball, Debo?
Appreciate it.
Name's Debo. I mean, that's the way it's
Yeah,
going
I
to
guess.
go.
Got it.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Thank you,
what's
man.
up, man? Roger Goodell gave us that ball. Yeah, got to go back to Roger.
Raj, you going to the press
You can
conference?
take it if you want. You're fucking Debo Samuel, dude. You can have it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, dude.
Do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it, bro.
That jumpsuit is awesome.
That's a nice little Jordan jumpsuit. You're right.
Down to the shoes. It's a great look.
Good picture, boys.
Yep.
Nice.
Good
Have
picture,
fun in
boys.
Cabo.
Yeah.
All right, enjoy your offseason,
Rip it up.
Debo. Don't get too fat. All right, Debo. How many people asked him about that NFC Championship?
Ooh, man. He's done with it.
As soon as he was sitting down right here.
Yep.
And I was just running through my head of how the last time we saw them play football. And as I'm saying the question, I just see him. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh,
He is
shit.
not
How
gonna
sick
answer.
of this
I'm
are you?
sorry.
He's going to be so over
Is it
it.
just
Yeah.
me, or is he kind of an intimidating
His name's Debo. I mean,
guy?
Yeah.
he was going to take that ball.
His answer's scary.
Yeah.
What?
His answer's scary, you right?
I mean, the no answer at the end was awesome, too.
Yeah.
Ominous.
So he hates the Eagles? Is that what we got out
I
of
don't
it?
know.
Brandon Ayuk said he
Yeah.
felt as though
Yeah.
they were about to expose a lot in that Eagles defense, and then obviously Purdy got hurt on the first play. And Ayuk, on the play Purdy got hurt,
Wide open.
was
Yeah, he
wide
was
open
wide
for a
open.
touchdown.
Oh, yeah, because if he hits him there.
Yeah,
And then instead,
35-7.
but that's part of the Eagles' defense is getting to the quarterback.
Bingo.
Correct.
So-
I'm sure there's a lot of open
Yeah.
receivers when people get sacked.
Yeah, and I
I mean, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you?
what are you doing?
Why did you? What,
Well,
you
like
really
two-
holding that tongue? there a
2
little
minutes
bit?
ago, 2 minutes ago, I did say I was very intimidated.
Yeah, I do wonder if Andy Reid will block Hassan Reddick with a tight end.
Probably not the right move. I'm looking out at the. Looking out over
Raiders
here.
people are still here, huh?
Still doing their thing.
Looks
this,
like it.
This crew right here is the crew that puts together the set. We appreciate the hell out of them down there. Appreciate them.
Weapons.
Let's go over their head. No offense. That crew is awesome right there. Literally,
She's hiding me.
that's Jill. She's in charge of the whole thing. She's a boss.
she's a dog.
hey, she does not take any shit either.
Nope.
No.
We're talking that crew right there works hard, and Jill has been fantastic both years. Let's go out into the bullpen here. This crew's been chatting a lot down here. That's that guy. That's Brick, right?
Is that JT the Brick?
JT the Brick.
Lower
What?
right corner there. I think that's JT the Brick. He's a big Raiders guy. He's on Sirius XM, I believe, as well.
Gabe Morency.
Is that Peter King down there, too?
Where?
No, Gabe doesn't show up till midnight tonight.
Oh, now Gabe's here.
Down below
Gabe's
is
here.
in a
To the
blue
pit.
vest,
Who?
bottom right corner right now?
No.
Is that
No.
Pete King?
No.
Not even close.
Are we sure?
There's LeGarrette again, right?
Yep.
Who's the
Yeah.
Gucci? Is that LeGarrette?
Yeah.
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 He looks so cool.
Was that
dude.
like Carrot Top's Balenciaga shoes?
What do you mean?
No, Gucci's a little different than Balenciaga.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Balenciaga had the child porn thing.
Right.
Yeah, they have
I
different,
know.
different
Oh,
marketing
no.
Carrot
strategies.
Top didn't care.
Carrot Top didn't know.
No,
Okay,
he
he's
Didn't,
locked
you're
in.
right. He just had those sweet shoes.
Carrot Top just had, shiny shoes and said, I don't shine shoes no more.
Joe
Carrot-
Montana walked by the set earlier.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye out here on
Yeah,
this
the-
Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. Might be some breaking news coming out. This is just a report that Zito has read on the internet or from a text message from somebody that we have not legitimized. The NFL sources say sale of Commanders will take place weeks after the Super Bowl and owners meeting in March. Despite denials, most people in NFL circles think that Jeff Bezos will bid after initial bids are in. Given his wealth, he's most capable to make numbers work for a purchase. Remember, he was allegedly going to go alongside Jay-Z, Matthew McConaughey,
What?
and us.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the initial reports, is that we were going to be able to put some of our money in to get a few of the percentages of the NFL team.
Yep.
We don't know if those have been legitimized or not. We're just talking about early reports here. More money coming into the league is a good thing.
Yep.
I think the scab that is Dan Snyder on the NFL's league as
Right.
a whole is something that they're all looking to get rid of. How do you do it without setting the precedent that people can get rid of us anytime?
Yeah.
That's what the owners are all thinking about. Hey, listen, if we vote Dan Snyder out, even though he is allegedly
Allegedly.
hidden money from us. He's obviously run an incredibly toxic workplace that has made the entire world think that we're a bunch of meatheads that don't know how to run a good blossoming business,
Yep.
especially in the times that we're in. His team has stunk. His stadium stinks.
Yes.
His deals with the local towns stink. Everything about this guy's organization, in comparison to what we are, is kind of an anchor to us. With that being said, if we just utilize the act in which we have to vote him the fuck out, that can happen to any of us,
Yep.
especially with more money and new money coming into the NFL. So they're all trying to balance that while trying to make the decision and do the decision. Allegedly, they hired Bank of America to kind of leverage a sale with the Commanders. It's like 2 months ago. Then we kind of heard nothing about it. Nobody met the reserve
Right.
of
Yeah.
what the auction price was, 6.8 or something. I forget what
Way
it was.
over.
Yeah, there was nobody that came near the reserve. Bezos did not make a bid. Now they're back in it. We assume big money's going to be in there, and ultimately it's good for the league, and Snyder's going to be able to cash in and disappear on his yacht to Napoleon's home island. This is good for the league, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we all knew, too, that no matter what they said, like, Bezos was going to end up bidding on this.
Well,
there's just no reason not to. After you put that financial stake into Thursday Night Football, you kind of get your feet wet and realize what's there and what could be. Like, it makes no. I mean, he can outbid anyone. Like,
So what happens with Thursday Night Football on Amazon? Still on Amazon?
I would assume so, right?
Stays
Because it's not really his entity anymore. He kind of passed it off.
Does he have to sell the Washington Post? Isn't that what he owns?
That is what
Did
was
he
being
sell
reported, is that he would sell the Washington Post for the money for the Commanders, but the Commanders' price was so over, especially because whoever buys it has to build a stadium.
I don't think he needs more cash. I think he has to sell the Washington Post. I think his
Is it a conflict?
I think, but wouldn't Prime
Everything's a conflict with him. He owns
Would that
everything.
be the thing that he would have to sell more so than a?
with the rigged conversation?
He's not selling
If a
Amazon.
team, the Commanders, played on Thursday night, and something went their way, it would get very loud.
Yeah.
But the NFL doesn't care if this guy comes in with $8 billion to buy a team,
Right.
and also going to utilize a whole new building and probably change the name of the team.
Definitely.
Big turnover coming to the Washington team if we had to give a projection, although it's not definitely going to be Bezos. It's all whether or not he wants to be
Well,
Bezos.
no, because there's still a chance that RG3 gets the crowdsourcing with enough, right?
Yeah, he already has $1 billion.
That was tough. That was I appreciated the thought and the dream. Have we seen DeMar Hamlin?
Here?
Yeah. No, not here.
No.
On you saw the videos he's made and everything.
Ty said he saw Michael B. Jordan walk
I did
around.
see Michael B. Jordan walk around. I don't know if he was playing DeMar
Creed
Hamlin
3 is
or
coming
if he
out.
was promoting Creed 3, right?
Hey, Creed's a good movie.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, third one looks awesome.
He always gets super jocked for those.
Super Jock, especially with his revenge body because his
Yeah.
old friend's dating his old flame.
Yeah,
it's messed up.
Can't have that. Michael B. Jordan, guy's heartbroken already.
It's bullshit.
But I was thinking about the GoFundMe that DeMar put together because we're talking
Yeah,
about GoFundMes with RG3. The DeMar GoFundMe was up over like 20 million, right? If you count in the
it that
Fanatics
much?
sales.
Yeah, yep.
Higher.
I think it'll be like 25, 30 million.
Wow.
Because Fanatics said every dollar it's made off a DeMar Hamlin jersey
Right.
is going into that
Is
fund.
that still happening? Continue that's still going on.
I think so.
Sure.
It was the number one
Wow,
jersey
good for
for a
them.
little bit.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
You think Roger Goodell's going to bring him out maybe in the middle of his press conference? He has a press conference in 36 minutes. The whole building was on heightened
Yeah.
security.
Yep.
Where is that? It's in here somewhere?
Yeah, I think so. I believe it's in the area. This is a
Ooh.
convention center, so there's a lot of rooms in here.
Right.
Probably from the Nickelodeon set.
I don't know if he's coming from in here, but if he picks the Nickelodeon set, we would say it's a good set.
That'd
Yeah.
be perfect.
It would be, our set's pretty good, too.
He'll give a lot of good answers, won't he?
You think Roger Goodell
It'll be
will?
like a Dana White presser. You know how Dana does pressers? He's very open and
A
honest.
little
The same
different, but
Are they breaking this news to maybe make this the conversation piece of Roger Goodell's press conference?
Good script, right?
Because there's certainly a lot of questions that are going to come from a team being up for sale.
Yep.
Because, just with the Broncos being up for sale last year,
Yep.
Commanders being up for sale this year, how often are they thinking about turning over ownership
Hey.
in here? And is this going to be what the wave of the future looks like? Not a bad way to say, hey, here's what we should be.
Right.
What
This
was
is
the-
big news.
What was the first thing that Ian said that he thought would be talked about? Was it the Commander's sale? Was he
He's
just
part of it.
pushing his NFL narrative?
Well, I think he knew that that news was potentially going to break. It just comes 30 minutes before the press conference. Let's go ahead and dominate the first 30, 45 minutes of his press conference with a sale because Roger can dive into all the intricacies of what has to take place for a team to sell. And we have our processes with the local authorities
Right.
and local politicians, so he can fill that. That can be a long. His answer on the Commander sale is going to be.
Oh, yeah, he's going
20
to take his
minutes.
time.
Oh
He's gonna
my
explore
God!
his space.
He's so good at this. He's so good at this.
Who gets to ask questions? Do you have to? Is any of it organic? Like Raj just stands. Okay, Bill, you, or are they already like pre-planned?
I
all
don't think
this?
I don't think you could do the random thing.
No.
Because then you're putting the onus on who Goodell's picking. So whoever he picks is automatically going to have a narrative alongside of it
Right.
that's why he picked it. So but it has to be pre-chosen. But
Right?
Yeah, the
if-
questions have to be vetted.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not just going to let some wacko get in there and.
Yeah.
But this is what this is. This is the one time a year where
You
Roger
could
Goodell
though.
speaks.
You could turn in. Hey, this is my question. I'm going to ask. Hey, Raj, what color shoes do you wear? And then you get the mic and you go rogue and you ask something.
Yeah, then you're never getting invited back.
Well, yeah, they
exactly.
can send out topics too. They can say, "Hey, these are the things that he
Can't do that. They send that out, then they're dead.
They'll get killed.
Then
Yeah.
that gets sent out.
Yeah.
That'll get leaked instantly.
So I do wonder how they rig it. on what's asked and what isn't asked. Maybe they don't. Maybe
Raj knows I am so good at just speaking without talking.
I was
without
talking.
saying anything.
I was talking to some PR people from the NFL that I know, because all the people that kind of work, just like what happened with Schefter. Like whenever you're looking to make a move and you're behind the scenes in the NFL, one of those moves up might be from team to NFL offices, and then from NFL offices to another team.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people staffed and employed over there.
Yeah.
I know some of the people that have gotten there in like the PR department and saw him at the Pro Bowl, and I'm like, how's Roger Goodell do it? Tell me how he does it. Like that press conference he's about to do next week, he is going to sit up there for an hour and a half, and he is not going to give a single answer.
Nope.
It'll be amazing. Like he is about to display why he's getting paid $50 million a year, because he'll sit up in front of this press conference, and they said like the prep into this is
like a
all
debate
day,
prep?
every day almost. Yeah, like he is prepping for this throughout his entire day. I couldn't even imagine what the day-to-day is for Goodell. Imagine a 2 a.m. call from one of the owners, because these are billionaires. Some of them are nocturnal, who's pissed off about something happening in the league. Roger Goodell, who makes $50 million and is in charge everywhere he goes, still responds and has to report to people. Like, his life is a fascinating one, and the motherfucker can speak. And we're about to learn that again today. You look at the MLB's commissioner.
Man.
Bob Manfred.
Every time he speaks, he takes his right foot and shoves it right into his mouth.
Yep.
The NHL commissioner, Bettman.
Yep.
Yeah, Gary.
He does the same exact thing. Every other league's commissioner, as soon as they start talking, they fuck it up. Roger Goodell's about to go dance with the media for probably an hour and a half. It'll be phenomenal somehow. Let's get to a break. I got to go to the bathroom. And on the other side, we got Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, here we go.
Chuck Pagano will be joining us.
Here we go.
This Wednesday, February 8th, 2023, live from Radio Row, is heating up. What a fantastic time to be alive.
Hell
Roger
yeah.
Goodell's talking to everybody in about 30 minutes. We will certainly be covering that, as well as being joined by Bob Parsons, the owner of GoDaddy and PXG, and also Hendon Hooker. Be a friend, tell a friend. The Tennessee quarterback will be joining us. We're back in 4 minutes with Seth freaking Rollins. Be a friend, tell a friend. Take 5.
Is football the greatest sport on earth? And do you think football is the greatest sport on earth? And why do you like football?
That's a really deep question there, Pat.
I know. I think I'd get a good answer out of you, though. Like, I think you'd be able to talk about it in a way that I think a lot of people haven't, because you've been at the pinnacle of it for so damn long and inside of it, and your brain is a pretty fantastic one. We've learned here over the last few weeks, obviously. Last few weeks, that's it. That's all the time we've learned that.
I think it's the greatest sport in the world for one main reason. It is a true team sport where it is damn near impossible for one person to dominate an entire game. If you look at other team sports, basketball with 5 guys on the court, I think you've seen multiple players over the years. Maybe one player, maybe 1 or 2 players on a squad be able to dominate and win championships. Baseball, you can have a dominant pitcher and win championships. Soccer, you can have a dominant forward and or goalie. That seems to be a little more of a team sport, but you don't have 11 players engaged at the same time on every play. It is truly a sport reliant on every player on the field to do their job in order to be successful. And I think that's why at times, you know, certain star players can get maybe too much credit and maybe too much blame on the flip side, because it does take so many players at the same time in 3 phases to win football games. And I think that's the beauty and the draw of our sport, is that something new happens all the time, because you are literally dealing with 11 humans on the field at one time who all have lives outside of football, and there's distractions, there's a reliance on coaching, there's a reliance on preparation, there's a reliance on diet and performance. I just think there's so many facets to it that you see something new every single week, and I think that's the beauty in our game. When it comes to the love that I have for it, it's rooted, and I think like any player who's played for a long time, the love is not just about our sport, it's about competition. And I think there's nothing in the world for me that fills that need and that hole I have like competition. I think players who played for a long time at a high level, you have that need to be satiated competitively, and it's a love of going out there and going against guys and being in an environment where you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that's why at times I've taken umbrage to people saying that it's easy, because it's not easy. It's never easy. And I think that's the beauty in our game, is that you see things new every single week. It's never easy. And your only thing you're guaranteed is the ability to compete. I love that aspect of it. I love competing. I love going out there and harnessing the fear of failure, where I think so many people who maybe don't love football as much, the root of that is a deep fear of failure, that you might go out there and your best might not be good enough, and that's not okay with you.
Today's show is presented by Bud Light.
What?
Easy to drink.
What?
Easy to enjoy.
What?
Bud Light.
What?
The only beer that can get chucked to gritty for 20 to 25 minutes.
Hell yeah.
The Lombo's on the line. Whoever brings it home is going to bring home Bud Light for their entire city.
Whoa!
Brian Westbrook and Jamal Charles helped pack up their respective trucks full of Bud Light, ready to roll into the Super Bowl parade. Bud Light is making it easier for you to root for big plays in a big game as well, giving lucky fans a chance to win $10,000 every time there's a touchdown this Sunday.
Okay.
All you have to do is tweet at Bud Light, at BUDLIGHT, with hashtag easy to enjoy and hashtag sweepstakes. And every time a touchdown is scored, you have a chance to win $10,000. Hell
yeah!
That's hashtag EASYTOENJOY and hashtag sweepstakes, SWEEPSTAKES, while you tweet at Bud Light. And it's hard to win the Lombo, of course, but it's easy to enjoy the celebration.
Goddamn right.
Enter in to win $10,000 from our friends at Bud Light. Cheers. Shout out to Bud Light. That's awesome.
Shout out.
10 racks for every tud is a beautiful thing. We have been joined by a man who helped us all season long be a better program.
That's right.
Amen.
A more professional program.
Yep.
A thing that made us separate from all the others because we had a living, breathing coach who was our coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck McGowan is joining us.
Yeah, coach.
Chuck, you feeling the energy of Super Bowl week? How do you feel, pal?
I feel wonderful. Great to be here with you guys.
Hey, you play pickleball?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He's a ringer.
All right.
You know he's a ringer.
I've been watching. You guys get after it.
Boys are sore.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the
Legs
things
hurt.
that are posted on there. Like, I think I can still get to all my, my mind says I can get to that, but the body's like, I can't get there.
Yeah.
Won't let me, but pickleball,
it's all of us.
New lease on life.
Phil did 4 or 5 flips on the court
Several.
yesterday. It
Couple
was
hard
incredible.
bumps.
He was all over the top 5, how Darius Butler described it. That guy's got like top 3 of the top 5 plays today. Hasn't won a game yet.
No.
But unbelievable what he does. Speaking of being unbelievable what he does, joining us now is a former world champion. A man who is obviously in the elimination chamber coming up, trying to become the United States champion.
Hell yeah.
Eyes on WrestleMania. I don't know if he has an opponent. I do not believe that's the case. Ladies and gentlemen, an Iowa fuck, a superstar, Seth freaking Rollins.
Wow.
We're playing your music right now.
Oh.
What? What? Yeah, it is. Woo! Chicago Bears ain't ever going to be here, but you
Nope.
are.
Fair enough. Good point.
Yeah, no chance.
Here I am. All right, I'm in. Okay.
There it was.
Yeah.
We're about to get a cease and desist from WWE for playing your song.
All right. I think they'll be okay with it.
It's an absolute banger. How are you? You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Dress for the job you want. I don't know what job I want with this, but I feel good. That's all that matters, right? You feel good.
You're a professional wrestler.
I am.
You're
I
a
am.
WWE superstar.
That is the job I want, actually. I have the job I want.
Yeah, you're the
Round
best.
of applause for that.
Hell
Round
yeah.
of applause for having the job you want. That rocks, man. Then it's not a job. It's just
Dreams
fun.
come true.
They do. I'm very fortunate to be on that end where my dream has come true. That's
So when you were
fantastic.
growing up in Iowa, you said, I want to be a professional wrestler, always has been, always wanted to be the dream, or what?
Yeah, dude, since I was like 4 years old. I dabbled in some other things, you know. I
Football?
mean, yeah, everybody wanted to be a pro football player at some point. I think every boy in Iowa or a pro wrestler.
Goddamn right.
And then it was just all pro wrestling at one point. I don't know, 14, 15, 13, something like that. I saw Mick Foley jump off a house, and I was like, I'm in. That's it. I want to do that forever.
Yeah, well, you don't necessarily, you're not known as like the guy who does extreme stuff, but you wreck your fucking body. I mean, you do. As somebody who has what do I have now, 4 matches under my belt?
Yeah. Yep.
Just how sore I am after every single one of those, and you're doing that 3 to 4 times a week. It's bananas what the fuck you've done to your body. It is amazing, actually.
I think I wrestled close to 130 matches last year, and that's on the low end. My high end, I did like 200 plus matches for about 3 or 4 years.
No,
straight.
but this is the soft generation. Remember all the old guys saying it's the soft generation.
Nah, man. Look, we're not sitting in headlocks for 2 hours out there. You know what I'm saying? We're going off the top rope. We're flying all around. The expectations, our audience is so much different. It's like, you know, the NFL has evolved so much, right? And so you get a lot of the old hats who say, oh, it's not the same thing. And sure, the quarterbacks definitely don't take as much punishment as they used to. But I mean, the game is so much faster, man. The hits are so much more dynamic. And so because the speed of the game has picked up, it's the same thing in our industry. Just it's high impact all the time. Bang, 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 bang. So even if we're not doing, say, 300 matches a year, it's a different type of physicality that we're experiencing in there. It's just totally different.
Do you feel it changing?
Apples to oranges.
Do you feel it changing through the social media era of what a match used to be versus what a match is now? Have you felt it?
Absolutely. As social media has expanded, our audience has become so much smarter, or at least they think they're so much smarter.
Oh, you talk about the smarts.
Yeah, well, I just think that there's so much more information out there.
There's one right there.
Yeah, you're looking at me.
There's so much more information out there. They can suck all that in. How
we love a good suck
how they ingest that and what they get out of it is two different things. But it's all out there, and so there's an expectation for what a match should be, storytelling and all that kind of thing.
Go ahead, AJ.
You mentioned from 4 years old, like you want to be a pro wrestler. I know watching Bob Backlund knee walk into the ring got me juiced. Like that's what got me
He's
into
from
wrestling.
Ohio.
Did you have any moments like that you remember? I know Mick Foley jumping off a house. Like, are there
dude.
people or moments you remember leading up to this?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the first time I ever saw pro wrestling live, it was in a place called the Wharton Field House in Moline, Illinois, right across the river from where I grew up. My dad, my uncle, they took me to a non-televised event there. So the first time I heard Real American in person.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my life was changed, dude. It was changed forever. These are superheroes in person, live, not in comic books, not on a TV screen. They're live in person. I can feel the sweat. I can see everything. I mean, I was just the pageantry of the whole process. I was hooked, you know. So stuff like that, just it changes your life as a 4-year-old in small town Iowa. I grew
Being
up
at a live event is bananas, and I think
Yeah.
Connor didn't really watch much growing up.
No.
But then once I got in, he started coming to the events, and my wife the same way. When you're there and you're telling somebody right to their face, "You fucking suck," wrestling is its own world,
Yeah.
and being live, you got to be in there. But you've been in it for so long now, And obviously, you're like super vet now.
Yeah.
What year at WWE?
I'm 10 years at WWE.
Hey,
wow.
I debuted on television November 2012. So, yeah, we're over a year.
That's unbelievable.
Over 10 years.
That's a long time. You're like a vet in the game. To be able to survive the business side of it on the back end, too, also a very difficult thing mentally to kind of joust your way through. Have you figured it out? Do you enjoy it? You still love going to work every single day?
I still love going to work every single day. I think it's like a roller coaster, right? Because there's so much push and pull backstage, and so you'll go through phases where everything
that's
is
a massive
smooth.
part of what people are fans of. People are fans of the business because the shit that happens behind the scenes as well. And there's a lot to it all, I think.
Yeah, and that's fun, man. It's a different world to navigate. It's just like anything else, any sort of political landscape. There's just sharks in the water, man, and you got to figure out how to navigate those waters: the shallow, the deep, the big fish, the small fish, all of it. You got to figure out where you fit in and how you can survive. I mean, it's a game of survival, really. The longer you can survive, the more opportunity you're going to have to thrive, and that's the name of the game backstage, man.
It is a bananas world.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing because, you can work to become the absolute best. Like, your work in the ring is unbelievable. Oh, so that means you're going to be champion like every other sports? Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's like, but then you got to kind of figure it all out, who you like, who you don't like, people trying to fuck you over, both in the story and in real life potential. It's crazy balance.
So for you then, being a fan your whole life, right? You loved pro wrestling. When you got into it, was it what you expected?
Plan was just me to stay above and out of it all. Like, I had game plan going in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting into any of the shit. I'm not getting into any of it. I'm in, bebopping. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, do you want to do this? Yeah, I'll try that out. Is it okay? Yep, good. So I'm like, just, I try to stay out of all the.
Was there anything that surprised you that like caught you off guard?
Everybody was cool.
Oh, okay.
Like, everybody seemed to be cool to me.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. Everybody was very nice and hospitable and help. Like you, for instance. I mean, you're dressed like an asshole, right?
Well, I don't know about that.
So, Connor loves it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where we are with the crowd. I will always love you. I don't know what the WWE universe feels right now.
They do oddly love me right now.
Well, as they should.
The meaner I got, the nastier I got, and the more flamboyant I got, for some reason, the more they liked it.
Yeah, the louder
I have
it got.
no idea how that happened, but here we are.
But you've helped out, like, anytime you had the opportunity to. So I think, like, it's a great culture behind the scenes, but it's always talked about the wrestling business side being like a cutthroat one. So I just try to stay above it all, and I'm very thankful for everybody. I think would be my take on it.
Okay.
Did you expect that or no?
Which did I expect? Did I expect that answer? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? No. Well, no. I guess that is surprising. I mean, I could see your perspective because, from the outset, you think it's a cutthroat business. Everybody, and to an extent, it is in some capacity because everybody wants that top spot, and everybody wants to grow as a performer. And the higher up you're on the card, the more money you're going to earn, and that's the bottom line. But I can totally understand where you're coming from when you come in. It's still there's a level of respect. It's like
it's real.
Yeah, it's like when it's Sunday and it's game time and you're going, like, you're out there to kill somebody, right? You're out there to take somebody out. But as soon as it's not that time anymore, as soon as the game's over or the play's over, you help the brother up off the field, and that's where we are. Wrestling's everybody wants that top spot, everybody wants to be positioned better than everybody else, but at the end of the day, there's a level of respect for everybody that plays the game, and so there is a brotherhood, there is a fraternity to that. And so I understand outset, but 100% get that. 100%.
Okay, well, let's talk about somebody that came in from the outside and just kicked you out of the main event of WrestleMania.
Messed up.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it.
Because at the Royal Rumble, I got a chance to be there. San Antonio, Alamo Dome, 51,388 people.
Biggest live gate
The
ever.
place was nuts. Yeah.
Huge, $7.7 million net or something just off tickets coming to that place. Unbelievable night for business, unbelievable atmosphere, and for good reason. There's a chance to win the main event of WrestleMania for a title. The biggest show of the year. You're in the biggest match of the year. You're at the top of the marquee. You were in there.
I was.
And then you got dumped on your face by Logan Paul.
Oh,
my God. Logan grabbed you by the ass and said, "Get the fuck out of here, dude." That's what Logan Paul did. He's been remarkable.
Yeah.
Logan Paul has been absolutely remarkable. Him and Ricochet did that slingshot cross body in the middle of it. He
Hell
was
of a collision.
Still able to eliminate Seth Rollins after that. He had a chance with Roman over there at the Crown Jewel. Put on an incredible match. Thought he was going to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
and now he's just dumping you. I was like, Logan has been amazing.
So you're a Logan Paul fan. You're on the Logan Paul bandwagon.
Well, I think it's hard not to just respect what he has done. I mean, he's unbelievable. He came in there just, listen. How about when he selfie? Oh my God, he was up on the top. Seth, I see you go up there before. Yeah. He was up on the top with a selfie. Hey, Seth, this is what he did.
Yeah.
Boom.
Frog splash.
With the camera on him. Bang.
Wait. So all of us who've come off the top rope before, it's not as special because we just didn't have a camera pointed at our own stupid face.
Oh, you gotta do Stu's job too. Stu's cameraman there. Yeah.
We have people whose job it is to shoot us and make us. I don't need a selfie to make myself look good.
It was cool, though.
It was so cool.
It was so cool. It was so cool.
The guy doesn't care about nothing but himself, man. Whoa! He doesn't care about nothing but himself.
Brother.
Look, I can respect the hustle, all right? I respect the hustle. I really do, because it takes hustle to get where he's at and to get the opportunities that he's got. But at the end of the day, it's about passion. He like, no one's just going to suit up and play NFL football because they're a social media superstar, right? They're going to get creamed. So he's going to step into my world, and he's going to get creamed. And if you want to contribute and you want to give back to our industry, you're a fan of it. You're a fan of it. You love it, right, Pat? Yeah. You're a fan of it. You love it. You give back to it. You talk about it any chance you get. You put it over.
Hell yeah.
You love it. That's not him, dude. That's not him. He's in it for himself.
Oh.
He's in it for himself. He's in it for his own gain. So I don't want you a part of my business if you're just going to leech off of it and you're going to take from it. Great if you're going to come and you're going to help out and you're going to make everything as good as you can. But if you're going to come and you're going to do it for you, and look, I can only judge based on what he's done in the past, his own history, because that's a foretelling for the future. That's why I don't like the guy. That's why I don't dig the guy. And he's going to go rub it in on social media. He's going to talk his talk, but he don't want to say nothing to my face.
What?
He don't want to say nothing to my face.
That
man.
doesn't sound like Logan.
Oh, no, it doesn't sound like Logan. Yeah, right. He, of course not. With that.
He fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Right, fought Floyd Mayweather.
Oh!
Right. Uh-huh.
I didn't expect this to turn into this.
I'm just saying. You can love him all you want. He's polarizing. But for me, he's not for me. He's just not my cup of tea. So, you know what?
Man.
If he wants to say something to my face, then we can talk about it. We can talk about it if he wants to do that. I'm an easy guy to find. Right?
Look at you.
I'm
walking around.
I'm peacocking left and right.
Actual peacock feathers.
But you know where to find me every Monday night. I show up. I go to work. I put in the time. I respect the business. I respect what we have to do day-to-day grind. You know where to find me. Logan Paul, I don't know where to find. I can fly down to Puerto Rico and try to find him. Yeah. I think that's where he lives or something like that. But
tax evasion.
Yeah, it's a needle. Tax evasion.
Whoa. I thought that was the thing. That was the point of Puerto Rico.
I didn't say it. I mean, the weather's nice, aside from the hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah, you can train. I mean, warm weather has certain perks and certain detriment, and hurricane's certainly one of them. But
point is,
WrestleMania's coming up.
It is 2 nights, April 1st, 2nd, SoFi Stadium.
Whoa!
It's going to be a big deal. You coming to Mania? You going to be there?
I don't know, I think.
You were a great surprise at the Rumble.
Come on.
Nobody even knew you were there. I didn't know you were there. I had no clue.
So you know the only person that really did?
Who knew?
Your wife.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Because we were
getting to the bus.
We were literally getting dropped off.
Only person.
And I'm running through the buses in the back to put me up in the gimmick bus or whatever.
Yeah.
And your wife just got off your guys' bus, and she was like, Pat? And I was like, Becky, what's up? She's like,
great.
You're not supposed to be here, right? I'm like, no. She's like, it's a surprise? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, good to see you. And then we got in the bus. And I was like, oh, I think we just ruined everything.
Words out.
But hey, you ran into the right person, because she will keep a secret. She is a tight-lipped. She didn't even tell me. Didn't even know. Like I said, she didn't even tell me.
So she knew for maybe 94 seconds.
Yeah. Hey.
Before everybody else. In the wrestling business.
In this world, that could be, from here to Timbuktu in 94 seconds.
True.
So
that's very true.
She kept it tight, man. Respect to the wife. That's
well,
awesome.
you two are an incredible couple, a power couple in the WWE, obviously. And I won't say the it couple because, the Miz will just pop up.
Yeah.
He's out of nowhere and start yelling.
He's around
that
here
guy
somewhere.
sucks.
I'm on Miz TV this coming week, actually. So if you wanted to call us the it couple, I'm sure he would take exception to that, and maybe we'll fight about it. It'll be great.
You and Becky, 50 to 60 times better than
different
anything that Miz is a part of.
Come on.
Anything that Miz is a part of.
Yeah,
just absolute bomb.
That guy blows.
Maurice, great. Mike brings it down a couple notches.
Mike
right?
does,
Yeah.
doesn't
he? He does.
He brings it
Mike.
down.
Yeah, Mike is down here.
Mike brings it down here.
Send him back to the real world.
Fucking Michael TV. All right, anyways, WrestleMania April 1st, April 2nd, live from SoFi on the Cock.
On the Cock.
Peacock.
Yes, sir.
What do you don't have a match?
We're still 8 weeks out. We got another pay-per-view in between. So we got Elimination Chamber coming up in a couple weeks in Montreal. That's going to be sick. I'm inside the Elimination Chamber.
Come on,
I am inside of the chamber.
Hell
I
yeah.
am hoping to come out of the chamber with the United States Championship
What?
around my waist, and then I will take that to WrestleMania, and I will be the prize. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. The chamber's brutal. Is especially brutal though. So
Yeah, that's,
we'll see
you,
how
you
we'll
love
see
that
how
type
goes.
of stuff, though. I mean, you've been beating up your body for our entertainment for a long time, and we
Long
appreciate
time.
it.
Thank you.
We still think that you should find it in your heart to have a little bit of respect for Logan Paul.
We or you? You. I don't feel like we feel that way. I feel like you feel that way. For some
Maybe not the
reason.
guy on the end that dropped the tax evasion thing.
Well, hey, he brought up some good points. It feels like Logan Paul's just sucking up the WWE for himself.
All
There you go.
Jeez, Louise.
This is what your problem is. You're
it
swaying
makes
these
sense.
people.
No, you just it's a logical argument.
Yeah.
If you take 2 seconds and think about it from a logical standpoint, that's the conclusion you're going to come to.
Yeah, he pops up for the biggest
But
event.
you, on the other hand, just look at the Sophie thing. Oh,
Yeah.
what would he
Sick,
do?
yeah.
Oh, he's
Sweet.
had 3. Look, I know. Look, you and Logan Paul have a little parallel career situation going on here.
Proud of him.
But
Proud of him.
like I said, there's a difference. Even you brought up The Miz, right?
Mike.
The Miz is someone who came from reality TV over to WWE. But you guys,
Shout out Coral.
you and Mike are fans of WWE. You loved it. You put in the time. You put in the work. You
That's
put
right.
in the effort.
That's right.
I have yet to see that from this kid. So
I eliminated you from Royal Rumble, which is certainly a bummer.
Yeah,
Hey, certainly a
that's
bummer.
tough.
Your world comes in, throws you out. But hey, nonetheless, you were the man. And we appreciate your time.
my wife's the man, but I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Oh, I heard that was a whole thing, too. That just came to a.
What?
Oh, with her and Rick?
I heard that officially last.
It officially squashed. Beef squash between Becky Lynch. I'll put it out there right now. Beef squash between Ric Flair and Becky Lynch. To be fair, the beef was never on my wife's side. She never had beef with Rick. Rick had beef with her, and he was man enough to come up and apologize to myself and to her. And I thought that was awesome because I love Rick and I want to have a ton of respect for him. And the fact that he was able to put his ego aside.
Bygones be bygones.
Bygones be bygones. We had a good moment at Raw 30, and he is the Nature Boy, one of the greatest of all time, on the Mount Rushmore of any wrestling list of all time. So awesome for that.
Oh, we asked you that last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want to do that again?
Do it again? Oh man, I mean, I don't even remember my list.
Mount
from last
Rushmore
year.
in ring, Mount Rushmore gate.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Bongo
two.
on
There's
both.
2, right? There's 2 of them, right? So I think did I do both of them last year? Or
I
just
think so,
one?
yeah.
The gate one is a Cena, Rock, Austin, Hogan. Right?
Money gate. That's all
that's
money.
the money gate, right? The in ring, yeah, it gets crazy. It gets crazy.
Dongo?
You probably got Shawn. You got Shawn Michaels.
Fandango.
Bongo as
Fandango.
well.
He had a good run.
Dirty Dango, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
We
Oh, I love Dango, man. I don't know that he gets the Mount Rushmore,
Yeah.
but
Dean Malenko?
you know,
He's in consideration.
Malenko, sure, but I go Shawn, I go Eddie Guerrero,
Mojo Rawley.
Bret the Hitman Hart. Hey, I once had a banger of an Intercontinental title match with Mojo Rawley.
He's a
Let me
dog.
just put that out
He was
there.
on the Packers for a minute. I was with me.
Yeah,
so he
yeah,
was
man.
Dean Mutati back
Dean
then.
Mutati, yes.
Artist formerly known as.
Wild
right.
man. He's a wild man.
All right, so Shawn,
went with Wild
Brett,
Man.
Shawn, Brett, Eddie Guerrero, and man, I'm gonna throw out a wild one for you guys because he's currently performing right now. But the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Artist formerly known as.
Daniel Bryan.
Bingo.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
WWE.
Yes.
So yeah, Bryan, his body work, I think, when it's all said and done, will stack up with those guys. I hope to be in the conversation one
You are.
day, maybe
You
at
are.
least in the conversation,
You are.
or a whisper on the side, something like that. But I think that's it for me. Those are my 2 Mount
What'd you do?
Rushmores.
You did superplex into Red Arrow every night of your life. For like,
Falcon Arrow.
Yeah, Falcon Arrow.
Yeah.
For like 200 straight nights. Superplex, roll through, jump onto my ass every night, just body, bang,
It was a
pow,
lot of pain.
bang,
A lot of
pow,
pain.
bang, pow. We appreciate you, sir. Good luck
Thank
the
you.
rest of the way. Good luck in
Thank
the
you.
chamber.
Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah.
Have a good week. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Freaker Rollins.
Yes!
Hey! Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Party on.
Hell yeah, party on to you. You look awesome.
Yeah. Great coat.
Those are Dior glasses for those that are wondering. Seth freaking Rollins is wearing.
These things are sweet. Holy shit.
Look how good he looks. You break those all the time with how big they are. How do you? Yeah, you put those in your pocket.
No.
You
They
just
go
wear
in.
'em?
They go in. They go in the cut. They go in here. They go right in here.
You know, people say they wear sunglasses inside if they're scared of people, high, or assholes.
I'm probably the third option there. yeah. Not a lot of fear. Never been high. Got to be number 3.
Oh, we'll do that someday whenever it's all said and done. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, Seth.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, man.
Take care of yourselves.
Thank you, dude. You're the best.
Burn it down.
Yep.
What do you say?
Burn it down. Burn it down.
No Logan on that mountain, right?
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't know. Logan Paul's got a pretty good array of talent so
I don't
far.
think he's going to be on.
Got a good
Chuck
resume.
had no questions for him going into the conversation.
Yeah, you gave me a look off.
No.
I was ready.
What would you have asked him, you think?
Fireman's carry, is that in your repertoire? That was
shoots
my
a
go.
single
That was
leg?
my
Yeah.
go-to. I wrestled ever since, all through high school.
Wait, what team meeting was
Remember-
that you shot on Clyde Christensen?
Coach Clyde.
Yeah.
Were you in there?
You farmer,
I think so.
You
Yeah,
fireman
I
carried Clyde?
Yes, and shot him over.
Wow. What, just to get the boys going?
We
or
were
what?
talking about muscle memory.
Okay.
It's a Saturday night meeting, last meeting before the next day. So muscle memory, blah, 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 all this work we put in, and you never forget, you just go play. Like Clyde, come here.
Clyde
I was a
walks out,
wrestler.
right.
And he got his little khakis on, his little polo
Wait, did you let him know this is going to happen?
No, nobody knew.
Clearly did not know.
So I said, I haven't, fireman's carry was my deal. And I just, next thing you know, I had him in a headlock on his back.
It was awesome. Like this out of nowhere. Oh, whole room. Oh, and Clyde goes,
Clyde
right.
was shook.
I didn't expect to get assaulted.
Where'd that go?
Chuck, let's talk about Jimmy G and Kyle Shanahan, because this is quarterback-coach relationship not being great. This is seemingly something we should have seen coming.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on it? The business is a tough one. I don't know if Shanahan was the one who decided to trade up to 3 to get a new quarterback, because if Jimmy G gets hurt, we're going to suck. But the coach is the one that has to interact with the player every single day, as opposed to the general manager. You think Shanahan had any chance here with this whole thing went, and how do you see it ending?
I think it's over.
Yeah, certainly. But do you think they're friends ever one day? You think bygones be bygones? They understand they were both put in a situation?
I think you put that much time in together, you would certainly hope so, but who knows? I mean, we're not sitting in on those meetings. We don't know what happened with that relationship, if there was ever a relationship, and maybe it was just a working relationship. I don't know if Kyle's like with Debo. We should have asked Debo.
I don't think
he would not have answered.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just asked him, hey, what's your relationship? Maybe you guys did. I couldn't hear it back there. Funny thing.
Now, we asked about Shanahan a little bit.
But, what's your relationship with him? Does he have a relationship with the guys, or is it just strictly, business? You're here to play football, and because it doesn't seem like, maybe I'm wrong, that kind of guy. Maybe he is. So I don't want to judge.
What type of guy do you think he is?
I think he's outstanding football coach. And I'm sure he cares about his dudes, and they play their ass off.
So he's made it to the NFC Championship like 3 out of 4 years or whatever.
Yeah.
This is what Steve Young was asked about whenever he was golfing, about people judging Shanahan. And I'm excited to get the coach's take on this, because this is real. He makes it to the NFC Championship, loses both quarterbacks in the NFC Championship. His team was going 12-0 on the run into the NFC Championship, almost unstoppable. And there's people that think Shanahan is not a good football coach and not the guy that for the 49ers. Steve Young was asked about that while he was golfing at Pebble Beach, I do believe.
I don't know how to say this more forcefully. You've got to stop.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you're talking about. This is that there's 3 or 4 geniuses in the NFL this generation.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of them. So, knock it off. You want to peck at him just for fun? That's just life. But if you're actually going to substantively come at him that he can't, he doesn't know what he's doing. I've said many times, if I could pick anywhere in the league right now, and I'm not because I'm a 49er for life, but if I could pick anywhere on step back and say, where do you want to play? I'm telling you, I want to play in this offense with these guys, with that coach.
So that's what Steve Young's saying. And he's that passionate about his answer
Wow.
because I think he's
Yeah.
around the 49er faithful. So I guess it's getting loud in the 49er faithful.
Yeah.
But as a head coach, you don't want a Super Bowl. I guess they're just going to be coming for you regardless.
Well, the expectations are what they are, and so I think it's easy. That'll never happen again. And there's a lot of talk about the third quarterback now coming into play. Yep.
You're in those NFL conversations. Is that really happening or what? Is Roger Goodell going to talk about
Absolutely,
today?
it's a real thing. You think they want a game, an NFC championship game or an AFC championship game, to come down to that again?
No.
And they can't even attempt a pass, a forward pass.
Was it 36 million, 35 million?
There's no way. I mean, you get to dress 48
At its
guys,
peak,
right?
yeah.
So you add one more guy, 49. Say this is jersey number whatever. He's our third quarterback, and this is the only position because everybody wants a bona fide guy in there. So you're not saying okay, it's a Taysom Hill type deal. Hey, he's a quarterback sometimes. He's a tight end sometimes. He's a running back sometimes.
Yeah,
he's
coaches
covering kicks.
and teams will take advantage of this rule. If
Well,
you're
not if you just say, hey, look, we're going to give you the 49th player. It's a quarterback only. The only way he gets on the field and lines up on the grass
Is
is
under
behind,
center.
under center in the gun, right behind. And he can't motion out. He can't line up out.
Can you say both guys have to get hurt for him to even go in? What if you dress a guy and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's under center at quarterback, and then your quarterback's out there playing wildcat receiver.
So the old rule was just that. He couldn't go in until 1 and 2 got hurt to a certain point.
But they would play him in special
and you
teams.
could do it like I think you could do it like within the first 3 quarters. But once you got to the fourth quarter, if you got down to that guy, you could never go back to 1 and 2. So
once he
there is
takes a
lot.
snap, you can't.
There's a lot to game the system that you have to think about.
How do you feel about Shanahan's judgment, though? Like, you think he is going to be able to, like, he just needs to win a Super Bowl and then everybody would get off his ass and it's just so easy to win a Super Bowl, I guess? Is that what everybody's just thinking?
hey, look, I'm with Steve Young. I mean, the guy is an excellent, brilliant football coach. I mean, we talk about it ad nauseum about his offense in the trenches with AQ,
And baby AQ.
And the counter tray and the formations. Like back in the day, going against his dad. I mean, it was a nightmare preparing for him because you couldn't prepare for him. You could practice the concepts. Okay, these are the run concepts you're going to see. These are the pass, but you never know what formation they were going to come out because they always had a formation of the week, and it was usually an empty formation, something crazy. You can't. So no, he's a big-time football coach, and I mean, the way that thing ended.
Nope.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no
so
way.
They can say whatever they want to say. That organization, the York family, he's not going anywhere.
Not a bad team to maybe bet on next year after watching Debo there.
Absolutely.
Quarterback, though, what are they going to do? Trey Lance, is he going to be a guy? Is he not going to be a guy?
How would you like to try to tackle that?
Never.
Debo?
Never. Not
he's
happening.
a running
No
back.
thanks.
He's a running back body.
Remember, that was a full conversation about him not wanting to be a running back, only wanting to be a wide receiver.
And then your question was, do you like being back there?
That's why I asked him.
Remember the whole but that whole conversation comes down to like outside linebackers and a DN and how they designate you, how you line up on the when it comes contract time. Because if you like, hey, I played X amount, I want to be paid like a DN, but you got me as an OLB. They don't make as much money as the DNs make. So there's that whole conversation about like Debo. I'm a wide receiver. Okay.
Pay me like a wide
Pay
receiver.
me like a wide receiver. Now I'll still come back. You pay me like a wideout. I'll still come back and I'll do some dirty work. You can hand me some
Tight ends are kind of dealing with that right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, big time.
Tight ends are saying, hey, we are wide receivers and
Mike Gesicki.
Tackles.
and the whole thing. And they're like, no, you're a tight end. Remember, you're a tight end. It's like we're the leading receiver on pretty much every fucking team that we're on.
Those inline tight ends, those Y tight ends, those blocking tight ends, and Kelsey does it as good as anybody. I mean, he's
Leverage.
excellent, but they're always in that nasty split. They're flexed out. They're on the backside of a 3-by-1. So I'd argue the same thing.
Yeah, and they're trying. That's why the tight end you happened. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. We got a big-time businessman here.
Here we go.
Not Carrot Top.
It's not Carrot
Well,
Top.
also a big time business.
We had Carrot Top yesterday.
Yeah.
Hope Carrot Top show went well last night, by the way.
He killed it.
Hope you had a good one last night, Carrot Top.
I read reports. He
Ran
killed
it back with that mice joke. He crushed.
Well, the mouse trap. Yeah, obviously. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, the owner of PXG, GoDaddy, I believe some real estate and some other stuff. Absolute stallion, Bob Parsons.
Yeah!
The honor is mine, sir. The honor is mine. God, how are you?
If I was any better, brother, I'd be you.
No, I'm thinking the same thing. If I was any better, I'd be you, sir.
All right. Well, then it sounds like we need to switch.
Okay, well, I would love to. Okay.
You got it. That chair's weird.
There you
I'm
go.
just going to take this driving range. You got the... Are we switching? We're not switching.
We're not switching.
I thought we were just going to switch right there and kind of make it all happen.
We'd
So,
have to practice first.
You have been remarkably successful, and I believe you're in the military too, right?
I was in the Marine Corps. Yeah, baby.
All right, Devil Dog. Okay, so you knew you were going to get into business before you got into the Marine Corps, or did you develop your business sense whenever you were in the Marines?
You know, it happened after I was in the Marine Corps, and what happened, Pat, is when I was a young kid, I grew up with nothing.
Okay,
I was
love that.
I was terrible in school. Failed the 5th grade. Even nobody can ever take that away from me.
Come on.
Hell yeah. Every year was pass or fail. Was a photo finish. And when I was a senior in high school, I was failing most subjects. I discovered the opposite sex and booze.
There you go.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really make for good grades.
Yeah, I agree.
So I joined the Marine Corps with 2 buddies. This is in 1968, and showed my teachers my orders, and they all passed me. All right.
Okay,
So then,
that's a good way to get through school.
and then we were in Paris Island in August, me and my buddies, and then we were carrying a rifle in Vietnam 6 months later.
Things change. Life comes at you quick
Wow.
there.
Well, back then it did.
Yeah, it comes real quick. You're at Vietnam, then you get through Vietnam, then you just become the greatest businessman in America?
Yeah, then come back.
Come on!
Yeah, baby. I worked at a steel mill for a year as a laborer down at Sparrows Point, Maryland.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
We're
then,
from Pittsburgh, so Steel Mill is right down our fucking alley here.
Yeah, there you go. And then the University of Baltimore had this special deal for veterans, and I took them up on it, went to college, graduated magna cum laude.
Wow.
Now the reason that happened is the Marine Corps turned me around completely. I mean, they taught me discipline. I didn't have to like something in order to do it. They taught me, I had a right to be proud, and they told me I could do a lot more than I ever dreamed I could. And that is the genesis of everything I've ever accomplished. Everything I ever accomplished, I owe to the United States Marine Corps.
Hell yeah.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Yeah, baby.
Well, everything you've accomplished is a lot. We were looking it up. YAM, I believe, is the YAM Enterprises is the
YAM Worldwide. Yeah,
YAM
YAM
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
And then you got PXG in there.
Yeah.
Right? GoDaddy in there.
No, GoDaddy. I'm out of GoDaddy now.
Congrats. Smart.
Thank you.
Let everybody else handle that bullshit.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, PXG. You have Harley stores, I believe. Is that accurate? Was I looking
We
at
have we have motorcycle dealerships, a bunch of them. I have a big hedge fund, shopping malls.
What?
Metal finishing.
Dude,
You name
everything
it.
cool
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
a part of.
Genius.
And you just find what you're interested in, then you figure out how you can add to it, how you can make a business through it.
Well,
Like
there you go.
the golf clubs, I
Because-
assume you're just a big golf fan, and then all of a sudden you're like, how do I make the coolest golf brand that has ever existed? Because I think that's what you've done with PXG.
Well, that's what we work towards doing with PXG, and PXG number one, our leading product is an 0311 golf club, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing like it in the world.
How come?
And 0311 is a nod to the Marine Corps because that's their job code for a combat rifleman, which is what I was in Vietnam.
Hell yeah!
Come on.
How come the clubs? What did you want to make whenever you made the clubs? Forgiving clubs, obviously, ones that make people better golfers.
Well, everybody wants to be forgiven.
Yes.
Especially if you come home late.
Amen.
Hoorah.
You know that, right?
You know what? Yeah, I do. I'm married.
I
Yeah,
know you know.
yeah. You're married as well. We all understand that. But whenever you put PXG together, what is the game plan? And then how many years are we into it now?
We started in 2013. We released our first clubs in 2015, and right now we're up to our 5th generation.
Let's go.
And the things that we do, we don't have a release schedule. We release golf clubs when we make a breakthrough, and they're significantly better than what we had before. That's when the new stuff comes out. And our goal always is with our sticks, I don't care what level your game is at, when you hit them, you want them.
Oh, my God. What a beautiful
Okay.
marketing strategy. Here's Forged to Perfection, the PXG 0311. Forged wedges offer beauty and brains. Innovative technologies like full face grooves. Can you scroll back up, please? Full face grooves and high toe weighting work in tandem with a versatile sole designed to perform a variety of shots from virtually any turf condition. Soul Design available in one Soul Design. These wedges are engineered to offer tremendous versatility and forgiveness. Available in chrome or extreme dark. You got to figure it out, bro. We've been staring at this thing right here, Sirius XM PXG Golf Simulator. People have been bombing your driver, I believe, over here. Obviously, AQ lives out here in Arizona. He uses your clubs. He loves your club.
I do.
In Indiana, you guys just opened a store. It's like one of the nicest stores in the area.
Unbelievable.
You guys are taking over, man. Not an easy business to crack either.
It's a tough business to crack. This is the toughest business I've ever been in. But, see, I got an edge. And what my edge is, I love it. And as my dad always told me, Pat, when you love something, it tells you all its secrets.
Why is that? Because you'll commit more to it? You want it to get better?
You work harder at it. You know, you spend more time with it than somebody that's just there to turn a buck, right? And so over time, you know all the nuances, right?
Hell yeah.
And the things that really make the difference because, you know, the devil's in the details.
That's what they say. And the devil pays good.
Yeah.
Too much. Sometimes. Too many places.
So
how's your golf game?
So yesterday,
Here we go.
we released our first golf ball.
Congratulate. Holy shit.
Let's go.
That's a big deal.
It's extreme golf ball, and it is, we call it the one ball that does it all because guys always try to decide if they want a distance ball or a spin ball. This does both, and it is, I'll tell you what, it takes Titleist, Pro V1 and Pro V1X takes them downtown.
Whoa! Into the deep water, you're saying?
Yeah, so this thing is something. It is more accurate than any ball made.
Am I going to make more putts with this thing too?
I think so. And the other thing is the Titleists moved their price to $54.99 a dozen. Our ball is priced at not an introductory price. This is the price. We're $39.99.
Oh, $16 difference right there.
And if you've been in the military, you're police, law enforcement, firefighter, or EMT, you get $5 off.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Come on, Bob. AJ has a question for you about PXG.
You mentioned it's the toughest business you've been in with all the businesses that you are involved in. What makes it the toughest? Like, what are the problems?
Well, you see, I've always been in a high-tech business where I was basically selling electronic impulses. Right? And when you're in that business, you don't have no manufacturing, no inventory. You don't have to worry about ordering not enough or too much, you know, and that sort of thing. Right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to kind of to do the technical stuff than it is to work on something that is
if you have the right
traditional,
people.
like golf clubs and golf balls and that sort of thing. So, you know, that's all new for me. So that's, you know, I'm kind of cutting my teeth.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to get honest opinions, too, from people on how they feel about the equipment. That's got to be tough, too, right? At the same time, do you have people you trust to try out all your new stuff?
Well, yeah, I do. You know, but the person I trust the most is myself.
Not a baby, Bob.
Because I don't bullshit myself.
Yeah.
At least not often. And
every once in a while, you need to lie to yourself. Every once in a while.
Go.
Hey, you're looking taller.
You know, I tell myself I'm good looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Glasses look good. Yeah, you are, Bob. Yeah, you're handsome.
Yeah, well, thank you, Pat.
Yeah, no problem.
But you know, I know what it's like to hit a golf club and when the thing feels really good and when it performs and when it don't.
Yeah.
I've been playing golf long enough. I'm a middle-of-the-road golfer. You know, I had guys working for me. You know, they could hit hockey sticks and shoot par.
Yeah.
Right? But me, I can't. So the club's got to be good. And the moment it's not, I know instantly.
Man.
So
how is your game?
It's awesome.
Well, my game right now is not at the best. I just had a knee replacement.
Oh, yeah? Which one? Wow. Congratulations. New knee. We got a new knee.
And then right after that, I had back surgery.
New back.
So I haven't played much golf in 6 months, but I'm coming back.
Okay, and I heard you got a couple courses out here, too. Isn't that you?
Yeah, Scottsdale National.
I heard it's pretty good.
It is the Ducks Nuts, brother.
Yeah. I heard that. I heard it's the nicest
it's
course in town.
You know, it is 45 holes. It is fairways are wide open all the time.
You're a billionaire?
Huh?
You a billionaire?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
When that happened, did you realize it? Did you know it? And what changed for you? Like for instance, you own a golf course now. You own golf clubs now.
Yeah.
You own a motorcycle store now.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
Did you? At what point was it like, oh, I've made it, and now I'm going to invest in things that I love, and I'm going to change these things? Because I feel like that's just not like your first instinct as somebody that comes from nothing and failed out of 5th grade. You know what I mean?
There you go.
At what
yeah.
moment do you look in the bank account and you go, oh, cool, I can fucking do whatever I want now? Like, does that just happen, or is there a whole moments? Like, why don't you have an NFL team yet?
Well, you know, I thought about buying an
There's
NFL
one up.
team.
2 weeks after the Super Bowl, Commanders are up.
Well, you know what? I once said, a guy asked me the other day, Michael Collins, you know who he is.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sport
Michael
ESPN
said,
caddy.
You know, when he was talking about the golf ball, he said, you said you'd never release a golf ball. And I said, Michael also said I'd never get married.
Things happen.
But I did, and it's one of the best things I've ever done.
Of course.
I tell myself.
Of course.
And it's just, you know, it's things change. But so I was going to buy, try to buy an NFL franchise.
That's awesome.
But I bought the golf course instead. I put $330 million into this golf course. And I mean,
Is that normal, or is that just what you did?
Huh?
Is that how much a normal golf course would cost if you were to buy?
No.
You just said,
no.
fuck, I want to make this the best.
No, it's just what I did.
45
Because,
bucks.
first of all, you got to do something with your money, right?
Yeah, it's going to be there.
There you go. So we do that. When it comes to philanthropy, we move $1 million to charity every 14 days. Jeez. All right?
Holy shit.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
You're doing it right, bro.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, because there's a manual to becoming a self-made billionaire.
There
You know what I
you
mean?
go.
There's a lot of shit I assume you had to go through, right?
Well, yeah, some of it. You know, when I first became a billionaire, you know what I did? I bought a new Chevy Tahoe.
Hell yeah.
Was it nice though? It was loaded.
Oh, I love it.
Fully loaded, yeah.
Yeah,
We got the massage
that
seats.
son of a bitch is loaded. It's got
Yeah.
vibrators and
You deserve it
back
all.
massage.
Honestly, you deserve it all. And it sounds like you're a human that a lot of people should look up to. Because you can have it completely fucked up, then get it right. And then when you get it right, try to do every 14 days, you're donating $1 million.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. It's $26 million a year that you're donating.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And $330 million into a golf course. Why? I would like it to be a nice golf course.
Yeah.
Like, people don't do that. Everybody cuts corners on shit. It feels like whenever you guys get a bunch of money, you find ways to cut corners and so you can get more money. It doesn't sound like that's how you operate. I respect
No.
that.
But I'll tell you one thing different about this golf club is, a lot of golf courses have a lot of rules, right? This rule, that rule. We have one rule, just one rule, and the one rule is no member shall interfere with the good time of another member. That is it. You comply with that, you do whatever in the hell you want. Yeah. You want to play 10 guys on a tee, do it. You want to play, in hot pants, Christ help us all, do it. Right?
But play efficiently. Let's not take up
Awesome.
forever. Let's not affect anybody else's good time that's potentially in the group behind you.
Yeah, but you see, the way our course is, we don't even – if somebody's playing slow and a group's coming up in back of them, and at our club – rarely is there anybody in front of you or in back of you.
Jesus.
Because we have a very low membership. That's
perfect.
And so we
You're
just
living
handle
the
it.
dream, Bob.
We just handle it.
Sounds like heaven.
Bob, you were living the dream. Chuck Pagano has
200? How
for
many
you.
members do you have, Bob, over there?
I have 160. Some are international, most are national, and most are not there.
And what would it cost a guy to join your club?
The downstroke is initiation fee $750,000, and the dues are $75,000 a year.
That's awesome.
Reasonable.
So what do I get? I
You
pay
get
$750,000. Why, I just show up anytime, play golf?
Yeah.
How's the
Whatever
chef? We got a good chef over there, I assume. The
There
food-
you go.
Food's amazing. Is this where you hang out all day? You hang out at your club all day? I would, I think, right?
No, I mostly am running my businesses during the day.
You're still hands-on everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your favorite part of it? Waking up, trying to figure out how to get better? Is that still something you do?
My favorite part of it is PXG right now. And I always call in my businesses, right, the one that needs the most attention, that's where the war's being fought. And the war's being fought at PXG, and baby, this Marine's in the trenches pulling the trigger.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Bob, when did you really realize that the clubs were going to take off? Because it kind of seemed, when I was a lot younger, it was either, ping irons or whatever. But then there was like a certain point where it's like, everyone was playing PXG clubs, and that was kind of like, if you actually played golf, like you wanted a new set of PXG bats. Like, when did that actually happen? You realize, like, oh shit, everybody wants these.
One day in 2015, the guys called me, the engineers, and they said, Bobby, we had a breakthrough. And what a breakthrough it was. We came up with this idea of a cavity filled under the right circumstances and the right pressures and so forth with this plastic elastomer. And of course. And what it enabled us to do, which we still do to this day, and very few people know it, we have the thinnest face in golf. Nobody's face at our club is as thin as ours.
So what's that help with?
And what that enables us to do is the spring effect, right? And also it is more accurate. The ball goes further, and it feels like hot butter. I mean, it feels like butter on a hot biscuit.
Oh,
yeah,
love that. Where are you from originally?
Baltimore.
Is that the accent I'm hearing? A little Baltimore accent? Why be less when you can be more?
I would guess.
You still live there or live out here?
I've been here since, I think, 95 or 96.
I think I did some research on you. I think psychedelics not a big problem. We're just talking to Aaron Rodgers. He's going into a 4-day darkness retreat starting
next Thursday,
next Thursday or next week or whatever, to hopefully release some of the DMT in his brain to help him discover himself and learn more about himself. I think whenever I was Googling about you, because I'm so fascinated by you, you're an American dream story, Bob. Just I assume that you don't really take much time to think about that, but you are. You're an inspiration for a lot of us that hope to do the same. But whenever you think something that's a little bit outside the box, as opposed to what everybody assumes that people like you think about, it's a big deal. Is that a true thing that I looked up? Is that real? You're not scared to kind of dabble in some things if it's going to make you a better person?
No, not at all. Here's the deal, Pat. When I got to my unit in Vietnam, the 26 Marines, they had been there for 3 years. The senior guy in my squad, which they operate on a 10-12 guy squad level, the senior guy had been there 6 weeks. Everybody else left on a stretcher or in a bag.
Yeah.
And I seen my first combat. I wasn't with them 4 hours, and one of our guys got hurt horrifically. And it was combat the next night. I carried a guy 1.5 miles to a medevac point.
Jeez.
And on and on. And I lasted a month. And I hit a tripwire while I was walking on the point team. And that pretty well jacked up my legs, and I didn't go back into combat. But when I got home, I had PTSD to beat the band. I was a completely different guy. I didn't want to be around people. I felt like any group I was near, I felt like I didn't belong, or that I wanted to belong. I had a flash temper, depressed most of the time. When I was alone, I'd cry a lot. And actually, that probably worked towards me being successful because I buried myself in my work, and that kept me going more than anything. In 2018, my wife hooked me up with, after reading Michael Pollan's book, How to Change Your Mind.
Yeah.
Guys
Now a
that
documentary on Netflix.
Travel around and help vets with psychedelics. And I met with them, and in 4 days, the first day I took ayahuasca.
How was it?
It was this nastiest shit you ever put in your mouth.
Yeah, you're puking, I heard, right? As soon as it gets in there, I heard you're puking.
And second, your head spins around a lot. The second day was the second day it was mushrooms. And the guy,
I've had a good time on that.
One guy made a pot of mushroom tea, psilocybin, and he said, Bob, I made it strong, so you only need 1 cup. It's a 3-cup pot. So I drank all 3 cups. And I swear to Christ, I ate the tea bags.
Give it to me.
And I mean, I was sailing.
Yeah. So ayahuasca night 1, mushrooms,
Then I
tea.
took the next day off, and I went and played 9 holes of golf with my wife. And I mean, it was like all the plants knew I was there. And, when I was putting on the green, it was like the green said, hit it here, Bobby, and it went right in. I've never putted like that since.
Wow.
And then the last day,
Hell yeah.
it was LSD.
Here we go.
And then after that, I was a different guy. People couldn't believe the change in me. They said, man, what happened? He's so nice. He says he compliments you. He doesn't lose his temper. On and on and on. And it had been, at that time, it had been 48 years for me since the war, and I finally came home.
Hey.
Jeez.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
It's unbelievable.
Hell yeah, Bob. And what you're saying is a big deal. Because of who you are in society, people are going to listen to that because you've had success. Everybody wants to have success. Here's a man that's had it. And that is something I think over the last couple of years has been viewed much differently than maybe it would have been 10 years ago for what you just said. And I hope it becomes a more easily accessible thing for our military with PTSD and
well, we're very close to having MDMA.
Are you in that? Are you in that process?
Approved. Yeah. We probably donated $12-15 million to help get this stuff done.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't invest in it, and I really have a lot of respect for the people that do. But the reason I don't invest in it is, first, I don't need the money, and second, since I'm like a poster boy for PTSD and that sort of thing, I feel as though if I don't invest in it, it gives me more credibility.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, your story is worth more than any investment that you can get on the other side.
So there you go.
What's next? You got anything else? You're saving the world, making golf clubs better than they've ever been made before, selling motorcycles, being an inspiration to a lot of people. What's next?
I got a book coming out.
Here you go. You write it?
That steps through all this stuff.
You wrote it?
I dictated it with a ghostwriter.
Okay, so I heard this story, I think, through BA, maybe Bruce Arians wrote a book.
Yeah.
Where somebody comes in, you sit down, it's like a 3 to 4 hour interview pretty much. They take it away, they write, they bring it back to you, then you do another sit down. Is that how it goes?
Well, not exactly. I mean, we've done weeks of talking. And we're coming around the far turn. Next month we'll have the first draft.
Here we go.
Then we'll make our changes, and then we'll look at it again. And then it'll go to a story editor. Then it'll go to a King's English editor, and then we'll put a name
easy process.
on it.
Easy process.
Simple.
Yeah.
What's the name going to be? Hi, I'm Bob Parsons.
No, I think we're going to call it Fire in the Hole.
Oh, you know what's next after that? Probably some whiskey.
What?
Fire in the Hole whiskey.
What?
Fire in the Hole beer.
What?
Connor has a question for you, Bob.
Yeah, Mr. Parsons, after everything with, the golf course, how did the waste management and getting people there for, like tour events happen?
What?
He said Arizona's become a home for golf.
Yeah.
Have you been a part of that whole build out, and how have you been able to feel it, especially with how big this waste management tournament has become in the PGA?
Well, I haven't done much with waste management, although I will tell you it is incredibly good for Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona. Incredibly good. And that is at Scottsdale National. That's our busiest time of year. Mm-hmm. And a lot of our members are all over there. But, I'm...
Golf's huge out
I would only go over there if I was chasing women. And I'm 72 years old, married to a lovely woman, and she's violent when she's disappointed. So I don't go out much.
We got to get her some ayahuasca, mushrooms, LSD.
Well, you tell her.
No. I'm not telling the boss's boss anything. AQ has a question for you. This would be the last one, Bob. He lives out here full time.
I live here. I live in Phoenix. I live in Arcadia. I've played your course a handful of times. Can you tell the story? Because every time I go there, I get is it the mine shaft? Is that what we call it?
The mine shaft bunker.
Yeah. Tell these guys, because I've been talking about it. Tell these guys why does it keep getting deeper every time I go in it?
What happened? I've never heard this story.
Well, here's the deal. We have this bunker that is 17 feet deep and about as wide as a coffin. All right, and it's on a par 5. So on the opposite side, if you run through the green. And so what happened was I redid redid the hole because it wasn't very good. And when I first
$330 million. This hole kind of stinks.
yeah, there you go. So anyhow, I put that bunker there to keep guys from going for it. Right? And so I'm playing it the first time, and it's about 6 or 8 feet deep. My wife gets in it, and she gets up and down. First thing I did was call the architect and say, take it down 5 more feet. And so now we're at 17 feet.
I love it.
This is it right here. You're not getting out of that. You might as well hit it OB. You're done for.
Well, what you got to do is re-hit. Take a drop and re-hit.
Yeah. You're not getting out of here ever.
Well, I haven't
What's course
seen too
record?
many
Who has it?
people. Huh?
Do you know who has course record?
For what?
Lowest score, 18 holes.
No, I don't care.
All right, everybody's a member there that is any good at golf. You've done great. You're an inspiration to everybody, especially after learning your story even more here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us, boss.
Well, it's my pleasure, Pat. My pleasure entirely. And to meet you guys, you're like the jury.
Yeah.
And I'm an innocent man.
Hey, listen, whatever type of guilty conscience you got, boss, you just go ahead and move on with, because you've done so much good for our society and for everything you've touched. Congratulations on all the success, and thank you.
Pat, I sure appreciate it.
Hey, I'm going to play with some PXG clubs, I think.
Hell yeah.
Love to.
That new buttery smooth one sounds good. I play out in that Tahoe thing now. This guy's been playing there. How many years you been to Tahoe?
Yeah, probably 12, 13 years, yeah.
I'm going out there for
Not a good golfer at all, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll ruin your sticks. You know what I mean? I don't want to ruin your club.
Yeah, a lot of times. You see, I'm not a great golfer either. One of my favorite things is I'm either going to need to pick it up or sue myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Parsons.
Yeah, Bob!
Appreciate you, man. Hell yeah.
Watch out, that chair's all over the place. Thank you very much. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Great to meet you, sir.
Heads up. There you go.
Good to meet you, Bob. Yeah, thank you.
Honor. Nice to meet you.
Hell yeah. Can I get a selfie with you, Bob?
It's a seat again.
Stop farting, AJ.
I know. This seat is crazy.
Hey, you've done good, sir.
I knew my voice wasn't going to work
Thank
on
you.
that one.
Hey, real quick. That's an American Dream story right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Did I know that whenever he sat down? All that?
I don't think so.
I don't
No
think so
idea.
either. That's
Marine?
fucking unbelievable.
good.
Chuck, we need those guys.
Unbelievable. And the money he's given back, $1 million every 14 days. Unbelievable.
26 mil a year. I mean, granted, what is that to a guy that's worth whatever? It's like, well, how much are you giving?
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
percentage you're giving out there?
Exactly.
He doesn't have to do that
Exactly.
at all.
No.
He could disappear, have his accountants figure out how to get tax exempt purposes,
Yes.
which is literally what those people do.
Yeah, none of those guys left. There aren't.
There isn't.
No.
I mean, he should be talked about more.
Went to Vietnam.
Guy's in fucking Vietnam for 30 days.
Now he's a multi-billionaire.
Ran into a tripwire. I messed up my legs pretty good. I did not return to the battlefield.
What?
This guy, amazing. Baltimore accent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Need that. Need more of that guy.
Absolutely. Good to know that he voices over the commercials as well. I was going to ask him, and then he started talking. I was like, oh, no. He's the fucking star of the show as well.
Yeah, the PXG commercial.
Yeah,
So
yep.
it's Parsons Extreme Golf is what PXG stands for?
Yep.
This dude's awesome.
The best.
Legend.
Motorcycle stores, golf clubs, and golf clubs.
What's his hedge? What's his hedge fund?
Yeah, he said he had
Oh,
hedge
yeah.
fund, too.
Probably
Can you
billions
imagine?
and billions of
Yeah,
dollars.
for sure.
You don't.
Can we ask him how much money is in that hedge fund?
Yeah, I thought I saw,
That's right.
granted, on the internet it's never, right on the money, but I thought it was like $2 billion.
That he has under management in a hedge
Yeah,
fund?
under his own,
Yeah.
I think is like
That's how
38.
like the super rich folks just, hey, how do we get more rich with each other? There's some of those hedge funds that have like $1 trillion.
Oh,
in them.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not to the.
Hey, Bob, great work, dude. We've just been talking about how awesome you are for the last. That hedge fund, you and a couple other rich folks, or how does that come together? Oh, so it's your
Jeez.
investment fund, kind of?
Oil and gas.
Yeah, all right, respect, Bob.
Yes.
Old school. All right.
That's right.
Appreciate you, Bob.
Genius.
See you, man. So it's just his money.
Yeah.
Oil and gas, baby.
What a
is what he
dog.
said.
Which is amazing.
You play with those clubs then? You
No.
have the pick?
No, everybody lied.
Have you hit them?
AQ does.
I got him.
No. I
I got
you-
him in the trunk of my car right now.
You like
Unless
them? You
somebody
like
just
them?
broke into my car and stole
Like
them
what did
too.
you what did you used to play with, and then
I used to play with Titleist, and he's right. Like whenever you look at PXGs, like when he was saying thin face, like when you look down at it, it looks so good. It looks like a blade, like the way it is. But it has the forgiveness of like you play with the Callaways, have that huge back.
Yeah,
that's
what
typically
I
how
play
you
with,
get
yeah.
the forgiveness, and he has
Yeah, of
like
course. Sure.
So it's not
the
intimidating
look.
looking at that
No, it's
blade?
awesome
'Cause
to
that-
look at it.
Bro, have you seen
Yeah.
the store they have in Indy? They put up a store. It's like fucking. It looks
It's
like
unbelievable.
a like
It really is. It's like a PGA
It's like an
Superstore.
attraction almost.
Yeah.
Like come to this thing. It's a good store. I think I'm gonna go get fitted for them.
Do you have to get fitted, or can you just buy them off the rack?
So I've never got fitted for clubs ever in my life.
Yeah, I don't want to actually.
No, yeah, you do. I think we do. They tell us. I don't have the time. Who has the time?
Yeah, I'm not going to
How
go
many
hit
cl-
balls.
Takes a while.
They go hit balls for like 2 days.
Yes,
don't you? To
takes
get
a
fit?
long time. It won't take it. You go in there, they get you lined up. You put a little sticker on the deal. You hit balls, they adjust, hit them, and then they cut them, do whatever.
It
they have
makes
to
you a
do.
better golfer to have fitted clubs. I've heard.
You should do it here
not a
because
guarantee.
their fitting thing is at Scottsdale National, and they take you out and you get to play. I mean, it's like part of their whole process. They take you
Oh,
out.
that's probably that's how we get on that course.
Yeah,
could be
$750,000 to
That
be a
thing's
member.
gotta be immaculate, right?
Unbelievable. And he's
That-
right. Like it's all national, international members. Like every time I've played there, there's been like 7 tee times the
And
whole
you can
day.
wear whatever you want too, because normally if you're paying a ton of money to get into a club, they are super snooty and uppity and tell you, oh, you got, make sure your hat's perfect, your shirt's tucked in, you can't look at your phone. Like there's rules. There's a billion rules at most of those places.
All right, so
and that
100
only rule.
$750K.
What do you say? 170 members?
That's no joke.
Yeah. Under 200.
He said 45 holes though.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
so they got 2 18s, and then if the boys can maybe pull it up, he's got this thing called like the baddest little 9. It's a short course where every hole's like 105 yards.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the
Putter and a
greens are the
wedge.
hardest fucking greens ever. They're all surrounded by bunkers. It is
Bro,
awesome.
170 members.
Yeah, about
So
that.
what-
170 members
You
times
drink like-
750,000. Hold on, that's $127.5 million.
And then it's 70.
And then it's $75,000 a year for each of them.
Yep.
After that,
And then you're paying to buy food, to buy everything else.
Yeah,
So
what
the
all you-
dues? So the monthly dues, he didn't say, they're probably $1,500 or $2,000.
He said 75K a year.
75K a year for
so
the
that's
dues.
12.75
okay.
million in dues every single year, coming just with 170 people.
And then that's not counting, liquor.
So that's $140 million to get everybody in there. That's pre-taxes, everything like that.
Yeah.
Then what all do you get? You have to probably you're paying for liquor there every single time.
Oh yeah, you still
I
paying.
would imagine. And their halfway house is,
I'm sure it's
like a
legit.
fucking Michelin star restaurant. Like it is.
This guy said, I put $330 million into the fucking golf course as soon as I bought it.
Kidding me?
I'm like, what? Dude,
They-
yeah, instead of buying an NFL team, I bought a golf course. Decided to invest in it. He'd be a great owner in an NFL team.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Hear how active he is? He invests. Like he would. That building would be brand new.
Yeah.
Everything would.
Players would love him.
We have some breaking news coming out of the Roger Goodell press conference here that has been taking place live as we sit chatting with an American dream billionaire. Roger Goodell says Russell Wilson called him and suggested playing a flag football game after last year's Pro Bowl. After seeing it on Sunday, Goodell says flag football is here to stay moving forward. That's via Ari Mirov of My Sports Update. Russell Wilson is the brain behind the flag football game that took place at the Pro Bowl games. Shout out to Russ just being able to call up Raj and say, hey, this is how we're going to do it. Also, out of the Roger Goodell press conference, Commissioner Roger Goodell confirms the NFL will have flex scheduling for Monday Night Football starting next season, and he wouldn't be surprised if they have it for Thursday Night Football eventually. Thursday is going to be very difficult, obviously, because it's a short week. They would have to prepare that weeks in advance, and every team is only allowed to have one Thursday Night Football game, so I don't know how the Amazon will be able to figure that out. That was a conversation we had all season while we were watching the terrible Thursday Night Football games. I don't know how they fix it. Enough money will obviously sort some things out. Monday night being able to flex is a massive deal for our viewing entertainment on Monday nights. This is good, this is smart, and it's probably more money to the NFL from Disney or ESPN.
Yeah, and it makes sense too because they were flexing. What was it, Sunday night games or Monday night games late in the season this past
Sunday
year?
Night Football has always had the ability to flex.
Yeah.
That's why it is always the best game of the week in the primetime spot. Why they're the number one show on cable for 20 straight years because of the flex move. Monday Night Football being able to do it just seems to make sense.
Yeah, and so does Thursday night, right? Because when we get late into that season,
Thursday night's impossible.
How do you do it though?
Scheduling, yeah.
2 weeks, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
3 weeks in advance.
It'd have to be.
Yeah, but every team, like, if you're a team that isn't supposed to be good going into the year,
Yeah.
a lot of 1 o'clock games, only a couple primetime games.
Yeah, like the Lions.
A lot of Monday Night Football games are probably they're probably gonna want to flex a like a couple teams are probably going to be wanted a few different times.
Yeah.
I don't know how you manage the Monday to Thursday. Chuck, I heard you thinking about that as it was being read out there. As a coach in setting up the schedule, what are your thoughts?
That first year in Indy, 212, right? We were 32 out of 32, right? So we had all 1 o'clock games except the Thursday night. So by 4 o'clock, win or lose, we booze was our mantra.
Yeah,
right?
we're done, yeah.
So we were having a good time in the parking lot. I missed most of them, but I know BA and the
Good
boys.
times.
We're having a great time. But, that's an interesting question. You always want to get the best matchup. And if you can flex somebody out and flex somebody in to get that for the viewers, I mean, why not do it? The Thursday one, that would take some big brain people to try to figure out the, gymnastics of that deal.
Because only can play once on Thursday. AJ, you were immediately condescending upon hearing about this flex. Not for Monday, though, right? Probably just for Thursday?
Monday's right. I just don't know how you do it with Thursday. I just don't know. Like you said, a couple weeks in advance, I guess. Yeah, they'll figure it out. Money's involved. They'll figure it out.
Because for Sunday Night Football, it's what, 1 week in advance?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same day, though. It's the same day you're playing. You're telling, hey, you're not playing Sunday, you're playing Thursday now.
Yeah, and you don't know
That's
if
a
the team,
3-day swing.
True.
You don't know if the team's been on the road.
Yeah.
Because they usually set
You don't know
that
if
up
the
too.
stadium's available. You might have Justin Bieber concert going on.
Or a volleyball tournament.
Right.
That happened in Indy. Obviously, couldn't host the AFC Championship. Didn't need it because the Bengals.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's going to be a bummer next year when they do, make the AFC Championship and they can't host it.
Well,
Yeah,
my
well-
niece was in the tournament. She said it was very nice facilities in
Yeah?
Indianapolis. Yeah, she
Okay,
played.
well, that's a positive.
So, yeah,
then.
that was positive.
Well, did they win?
I don't know if they won or not. I didn't check in after he sent me the initial picture.
I didn't know the Hawk House was just about participating in nice
Yeah,
facilities.
that's interesting.
What a shitty uncle, too.
Yeah, what a terrible uncle.
Yeah,
You're
you
right,
didn't go to any of the matches?
Hey, don't get so defensive, pal. We're just pointing out the facts.
No, I got a couple of my own kids, con man. I had to watch.
They didn't want to go?
Coach. They would love to go if they skip all of their other activities in school.
Yeah, what are you talking about? They're not just
you're
going to
I
do
don't
that.
live. I don't live in Indianapolis. so-
Anyways, Roger
What?
Goodell's talking. Those are the types of pieces of information that we'll get from this press conference. We'll keep an eye out for the rigged question that is certainly coming through the officiating conversation and the Commanders for sale. Maybe Bob Parsons will sell a couple extra clubs and be able to get out and buy an NFL team.
Think
Not a
about it,
bad
Bob.
idea.
He'd be a hilarious human to be an owner of an NFL team. We'd all be very thankful.
Oh, yeah. Root for that team.
Absolutely. We'll be. Let's take a quick break, and then I believe we'll be joined by Hendon Hooker on the other side, and then Hammer Dahn will be broadcast live from this stage for the first time all week. think we have the tech all figured out for that. I can't wait for it. Shout out to Bob Parsons coming in and sitting down.
Yeah, that was
Legend.
awesome.
That was sweet. And that 4-day thing, I mean, come on.
Ayahuasca, mushrooms,
What?
golf,
What?
LSD.
Yep.
I'm going to sign up.
Thinking about it,
Sounds
yeah.
a lot
That
better
sounds
than
like I just get scared of the sickness part. I mean, like
The ayahuasca thing, you're definitely sick, I think.
And sometimes mushrooms, right? To throw up.
I don't know. I've never done the mushroom tea. I've only done the mushroom on pizza or peanut
Yep.
butter
Yeah,
sandwich.
sandwich,
Yep.
yeah.
Fruit roll up.
where did Aaron go to do the ayahuasca?
Down in the jungle.
Down in the jungle.
Amazon.
Yeah.
You can do it in California now, though. There's places.
Yeah, there's other places. Florida,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, I believe. Cuba.
My middle daughter Taylor's dying to do it. She wants me to go with her. And
She
experience
loves
the
that
thing
stuff,
together.
right, Taylor?
Yeah. Naturopathic doctor.
Yeah.
She's into it all.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff they can do with the brain. That's why I'm always like, if you're in a good spot,
Yeah.
like,
don't need
why
to
are
do
we
it.
dancing with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then
what if
some
it-
people
what if
say,
it
why
just-
not make it better? You don't know. It could be better.
Well, what if
Okay.
it did the reverse? Like you were a really positive guy and this, that, and the other, and then you came out of there and just MF'd everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's
That's what he's saying.
That's what
Right.
we're talking about.
right.
It's possible.
That's why, like, going into darkness, like, you got to be in a really good spot with your life to be like, okay, I'm signing up just to be with me.
Yes.
That's it for 4 days. And I'm incredibly proud of them, and I hope it helps and all that. But every time I put myself into that cement TP that I saw on the internet, started in Thailand. I think this form of meditation started in like Thailand.
Okay.
I believe I did a little research, and it's like the deepest, obviously, because you're just with yourself. It's an absence of light and all that type of stuff. Every time I've seen myself go into that thing, I'm not coming out.
Yeah.
Like I'm run my head into the wall. I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Get me out. That's my biggest nightmare almost.
I mean, what do you do 10,000 push-ups? Like, how do you stay entertained?
Well, and that's the thing about Thailand. There are other
Don't.
forms of meditation
Like
in
what?
Thailand. You just do the, Cliff Kingsbury version. You don't do the rock and
What's that? You just kind of disappear, stare at the ocean.
Yeah, stare at a few things.
He could do
Ocean
that at his
being
house,
one of
though.
them.
Like, I think it's amazing that he's going this. That's pretty far in there, I think. I don't think a lot of people are just doing the
No.
4 days pitch. I think you got to be
I don't think
pretty
anyone's
advanced.
doing that. Yeah. I think most people, when it's like, hey, I need to dissociate with everything, kind of just do my own thing. Go to Hawaii on vacation for 4 to 5 days. It's not like find me a coffin, put me inside of it for 4 days, and then when I come out, I'll know what the fuck I'm doing.
Not a lot of people.
I don't think a lot of people do that. I could be wrong.
Well, isn't this is this a sweat lodge? Or
This is what I
dark-
saw. Yeah, this is it.
But it looks like a sweat lodge.
I mean-
so this is the bathroom,
Oh, that's
too.
a nice shower.
There's the yeah.
Damn, this looks sweet.
Go back to the outside real quick, though.
Is it also a sweat lodge, or is it just darkness?
I don't know.
Oh, so you can get out. You
This
just
is the
have to-
darkness one. Yeah, this is the one that I saw yesterday whenever I Googled this. This popped up.
So did you see the inside? Was that a toilet and a shower?
Yeah, it looks like, you have a little
There's a little
poop
shower.
bowl
A little
and
mud
then
room. Little mud
yeah,
room.
a little mud room.
The
Take your
toilet,
shoes
you
off.
just, if you have to poop, you got to hold on to that bar.
It's like
While you
glory.
squat
Also,
over.
how do you know where?
Yes, you're doing this. You're
There's
feeling-
legit no light at all. So
Does he get a picture of it before the lights are turned off?
yeah,
Like, hey,
hang
this
your little,
is where
hang
you
your
are.
cakes
Just so
over
you
here.
know. Or do they put like a bag
Oh,
over
that's a
his head?
sprayer, so he sprays his little cakes off after he poops.
Yeah.
There's no toilet paper.
He could
Yeah.
break that
Well, that's
toe.
what I
He could
thought
break
this
that
was.
toe again.
What's that little hole for?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because remember when he had
Yeah.
COVID
Which
toe.
hole? Wait, which hole you guys worried
What's the
about?
hole on the right for?
That's for food.
Is that a glory? Like,
That's
Yeah,
what I was
that is.
wondering.
That's
It
where
has
they drop the food.
multi-purpose hole, I heard.
So hold
Oh,
on.
you can put your
Multi-purpose.
So
put
if
your
his
loads in there.
asshole ends up there, he takes a shit into that hole. If he gets his dick there, it ends up getting sucked off by somebody.
Unbelievable.
Is that how this goes?
Sounds like a pretty good deal. It's amazing.
Sign me
Aaron,
up.
hey,
What do they call
Is this
that
the
thing?
door right here?
Is there a name for that?
He's
hut?
getting
That's
locked
his
in.
load
right?
I'm not
hole.
sure. I know it's. What's the name of this thing?
That's
ZD?
called a glory hole where they stick
I'm
their
not
wiener
sure.
in.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy well and died, whoever this was.
Glory,
Yeah, for
glory
sure.
hole.
But yeah,
By
dude.
AB.
Hey, Aaron, good luck in there.
Good luck, Aaron.
Good luck, Raj.
I think we're talking to him either shortly before or after he goes into the darkness. A lot of reactions on the internet to this story.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot
didn't
of, lot of
see
people
many-
very understanding about it all.
Yeah, I didn't. I was gonna say I didn't see many people upset about it.
Somebody FaceTiming in from a bed, obviously, walking by. Hey, good morning. Morning.
Is that the guy from Ireland?
That might be Patrick. Patrick Football.
Patrick. yeah,
That is his name.
Patrick
Patrick
Football.
Yeah, Patrick Football
Patrick.
from Ireland.
Yeah.
We have some breaking news from the Roger Goodell press conference before we get to a 5-minute break. He is talking about the officiating. Tom Pelissero is reporting Roger Goodell issuing a lengthy defense against criticism of NFL officiating, saying he thinks it's never been better. The reality is our officials are held to an incredibly high standard. Will we try to get better? You betcha. This is the Roger Goodell we knew was coming.
Yep.
Still got the fastball.
He knew it.
Are we getting better? Yeah, we always are. But the standard that our refs are held to is incredibly high. Lengthy defense against the criticism. Roger Goodell knew what was coming. He stepped right in the batter's box and said, "Excuse me, I don't think I heard McAfee and the boys every single Monday talking about how shitty these officials were.
No.
I don't think I heard First Take and Get Up talking about how shitty these fucking officials are. I don't think I heard Dan Patrick or Rich Eisen just talking about how shitty these refs were all year long. I don't think the conversation was about how ass our refs were. Only a few times. Okay, maybe. Go back a year or two. Every week our guys sucked.
Yep.
We're sucking less dick this year.
Goddamn right.
And it's only getting better. We should have known this is what Roger Goodell was going to go with. But he has to admit some sort of fault in this whole game, don't you, AJ? Is that why you said "you betcha" at the end?
Is that no? I think that's why he said we will try to get better, and then he tops it off with "you betcha" because he knows there's no follow-ups to that answer.
You betcha.
That's one of these.
Yeah, mic drop. See ya. This is it. I'll see you in 364 days.
So there should be more coming out about officiating, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, there won't be. You betcha. To AJ's point is more so like, fuck off. I know what you guys want.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're not getting it. Okay. We're gonna keep doing what we've been doing, and nothing's gonna change.
Why do you kick it down the road another year? Why do you
Can't
do
have
that? It's going to happen at some point.
Yep.
Why not now?
He's got other things that he feels are bigger to take care of, I guess, than making it like full-time.
The game
officials.
being rigged, people thinking?
Do you think he's really worried about that, though? Do you think he is?
No, because he knows people will continue to watch, and as long as they're not rigged,
He doesn't care.
you'll be good.
It's like anything. Whether they're talking, you just want to be talking about our product.
Yeah, there'll be
I don't know if that's
conspiracies
a good
forever.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't know if that's necessarily the best convo, but it's a lot better than all the other ones that could be happening about like malpractice and shit.
Yeah, Jerry Jones.
I guess.
Any publicity is good publicity.
If they're talking about officials, they're not worried about the sale in Washington or anything else that's going on around.
Or the balloon that's flying.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin really being Michael B. Jordan. He's just trying to keep that at bay.
Yeah.
Let's get to a break. Hendon Hooker will join us on the other side.
You think he'll answer questions about
I'm
it?
happy we covered all that stuff. There's A crowd has gathered watching this dumbass show. We do not know why or understand it, but we appreciate it. Honestly, we appreciate that we're able to be here. We're thankful for Chuck sticking around with us for the last hour or so.
yeah.
Bob Parsons, Hendon Hooker will be on the other side.
Hell yeah.
This should be a good convo. We're going to talk about the disrespect that's been shown towards him.
Big time.
6'4", reinvigorated all of Tennessee Vol Nation.
Dog.
They were handing out McDonald's bags with money to people that weren't even good at football.
Yeah.
That's what Tennessee is being talked about. Then Hendon Hooker and Hype will come through. Game day, 2 times in Tennessee. Beat Bama in Knoxville.
What?
Go down to Georgia. I mean, what are we doing? Let's talk about Hendon Hooker. We'll talk to Hendon Hooker on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend. Take 5.
5.
Let me tell a tale about this little blue can. Inside there's a nectar love from here to Japan. It's a vibe, it's a time, ice cold over lime, so sublime. This shit is divine. It's the beer of choice when you wanna rejoice. Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Well, us and Bud Light have made it a fish. We bring the stoogery, they bring delish. Feels like a genie just granted us a wish. Cause for all of us, it was love at first sip. Now be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Cause if you're living life right and you're drinking Bud Light and you wake up in the morning and you fight the good fight, then you're doing A-okay, doing A-okay. Matter of fact, you're doing great no matter what they say. Now, be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is wide, $5 off tonight. $5 off tonight.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, a man with the dog mentality, Paisano, Coach Sirianni. Yes. You're fucking awesome, dude. Did you ever feel any pressure that you were going to have to change and adapt to being a head coach and speaking in the same bullshit ways that every other head coach talks in?
Some of the best advice I got was be yourself, because if you're not yourself, everyone's going to see through it.
The messaging is the same. You're just doing it in your own way. And I think that's the most important part. And being authentic, you're 100% right. As you were saying, if I wasn't me, everybody who will tell the fucking locker room immediately gonna be like, well, this guy, he's a stooge. There's another coach that wants to talk to you. Coach Sirianni, your question for Coach Sirianni.
I feel like I know you just as good as I know myself.
What is it about Jalen, you think, from your point of view, last year to this year, that is like cementing him as a guy that people are talking about? This motherfucker might win the MVP.
Well, I know which one thing you want me to say. He's a dog.
Yeah! Yeah!
He's a dog!
Yeah! Fucking dog!
Do you maybe want to play best 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors, coach first coach?
You're there forever, huh? Like, you have to have that mindset as the head coach? Like, do you feel like you're the perfect head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles? Because it feels like the team is the perfect representative of the city of Philadelphia. And I might be wrong. I'm from Pittsburgh, so the Johns are going to judge me for that.
I love the passion of the city and how much they care about football, because I care about football. I love football. I don't have a lot of hobbies. My biggest hobby is football.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
what you got?
Scissors. Yeah, the same person.
Okay.
We both threw scissors.
Dog mentality really is to be in the moment that you're in now and not worry about what happened in the past, not worry about what's going to happen in the future. It's all about our process and about being here today to make sure we're about to go 1-0 this week. That's it.
Rock, paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Oh, I definitely got Jason Kelsey the kegs of beer. I was just trying to sweeten the deal of him coming back. As long as I'm the football coach here, I want him here, so I'm ready to give as many kegs of beer to him next year and the year after that and the year after that, because that guy is a dog.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
Same man.
We are getting our ass kicked in this preseason game. Belichick is taking it to us. It's halftime, and we are getting booed like you've never been. I was like,
paper,
rock, paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Oh! think you might have Rock there, but hey.
You got no idea what I'm going to do because you're like, there's no way he's throwing scissors again. Come on, baby. I got a damn flower thrown at me. Right? A flower chucked down. We lost to the Chargers. Boom, flower chucked down.
Hey, how's your little manure settling in? That's literally what that John said as they were throwing that John at you. They were like, how's the manure and how's the flowers coming, Coach?
Hey, this is Game 7 here. Rock, paper,
scissors, shoot.
Scissors again. He threw scissors again, so did I. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you guys are the same. Come on, hey, this is for 15 or 10.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! Dog mentality.
I got dog mentality, Coach. What can I tell you?
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the program here on this Winter Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. We can't thank you enough. We're live at Media Row for Super Bowl 57's festivities that have kicked off in a beautiful fashion. AQ Shipley will be going to Jay Glazer's event tonight. Wow. He'll be wearing a gi there as a potential mixed martial arts fight could bounce out at any time. The Toxic Tables here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Our coach, the people's coach, Coach Pagano's here. Super Bowl champion, college football national champion, AJ Hawk is here. And joining us now on behalf of Bush's Beans. Bush Beans is airing their first ever Big Game TV ad, which will air during the second half of the big game. Okay. The ad features Peyton Manning, who Hendon has a connection with, obviously, through their shared love and passion for UT. And now that connection has extended to Bush's. Hendon has been eating Bush's baked beans for many years, as his dad has a secret family recipe. Ooh. I got a chance to meet that man at one of the game day stops because our show followed his team around this past season because of how goddamn great they were. How great were they? Well, this quarterback threw touchdowns all over the place. This quarterback reinvigorated an entire university, an entire state. This man is draft eligible, and nobody's talking about it.
What the hell's that about?
Out of the University of Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen, Hendon Hooker.
Yeah!
Woo! Sir.
Let's go. We got beans.
Doing, man? Good to see you. Brought out some beans.
Hell yeah.
That's a beautiful bush bean footage.
Hendon.
Right there. Hendon, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Yep. That was critical.
Pretty cool.
Sweet.
Wire underneath the mic on the other side. Boom, bang, critical thinking skills.
There it is.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
Got it.
How you doing?
All right, doing great. Doing great.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Bush's Beans.
Yeah, shout out to Bush's Beans. Special Hendon cans right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Zoom in.
Zoom in on the Hendon cans here for Bush's. Bush. Hendon. Baked bean. Beautiful footage here from Bush's. Yeah. Baked beans. Congratulations on this. Also,
yes,
congratulations on an incredible run at the University of Tennessee.
Thank you.
Game day came to your school twice because of how great your team was and on the run that your team was on. And obviously, whenever you get injured, everything changes. But I think people have forgot about you, Hendon. Going into the draft, who are they talking about? They're talking about Bryce Young, Will Levis, C.J. Stroud. Obviously, guys that could all potentially be great NFL quarterbacks. You're 6'4", and you just shook our hands.
Massive.
His hands come to the middle of your fucking forearm.
Engulfs you.
Do you feel a bit disrespected because of your ACL injury that nobody really is talking about you at the next level? Or are you trying to keep all that shit out?
Yeah, I kind of keep all of that out. Control what I can control. Stay confident in my ability. Continue to build on, my rehab day to day. So when I leave here, I'm going to go, hop on the STEM machine and the BFRs, make sure that I'm staying on track and staying ahead of the game, as well as building my mental. Staying ahead on that as well.
So when are you projected to be healthy or be able to play football again?
Yeah, I'll be back 100% and better than I've ever been in here this summer, June, July, ready for camp.
Let's go. That's perfect timing. Yeah. Have you in the process here? Obviously, you have agent. Do you have quarterback coach? When you're talking about building your mentals, are people breaking down NFL film for you already before you even get in there? Like, what are you working on now that maybe others are working on that you can't because of the ACL?
Yeah. So I've really been breaking down NFL film from last summer up until now, but just learning new NFL terminology and how they read things, how they may call protections, and it's been a blessing to go through this process. Something that I've been
dreaming of my whole life. And being able to work with Jordan Palmer and a lot of these other great quarterbacks.
What's that, quarterback summit?
Yeah, quarterback summit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of guys, Josh Allen are over there, I think. Like a lot of dudes are over there. I assume you're going to be able to pick their brain and everything like that. AJ, your question for Hendon.
Yeah, what does that look like when you work with Jordan, like a normal day? Like you said, your mentals and your terminology. Are you guys watching film and then Jordan's going to talk you through it and he makes you get on the board and draw things up, or what's it work? Like, how's that work?
Yeah, so, we do a lot of board work. We've had different days, like when the playoffs were going, we'd all would have a defense where we'd break down the defense, kind of give a back story of the defense coordinator.
Oh, so you like present to the rest of the
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, right.
That's pro quarterbacks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so just having a blast, learning and talking ball all day and kind of seeing what other guys do at their schools and how they might call something, and then just seeing their football creativity, how they draw plays up. Their favorite plays and then my favorite plays, just kind of elaborating on those things. So it's cool to, really embark on this journey with other guys going through the same things I'm going through.
So you can't throw an NFL ball?
Yeah, I can throw an NFL ball.
Well,
if I could take this with me, that'd
look at how good that looks in the hand. Look at how good that looks in the hand.
So you can check me out throwing a couple balls on Twitter. I released a little film from my first day out in California until yesterday. I was throwing with my quarterback coach.
Feeling good? Feeling good?
Feeling great.
NFL ball, any transition at all for you from the college ball?
No, I mean, I worked out with the NFL ball and, just naturally being in the quarterback position, you want to always have an NFL ball. So from high school, I remember, throwing 18-yard comebacks on a 5-step drop, just messing around.
What the fuck? Why are you not being talked? It makes no sense to me. Coach Pagano has a question for you, Hen.
Yeah, so
here's you slinging it on one knee here. Obviously stabilize the knee so you don't have to. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Yeah, that ball's not going anywhere, I guess. You're spinning that thing. Hey, Coach Heupel had a lot of option routes too, right? In that offense?
Yeah.
So literally pre-snap, post-snap, you're having to make decisions?
Yes, sir.
And now you're with Jordan Palmer going through what a day would look like, what a presentation would look like for an offense and breaking down film?
Yeah.
And you can throw it, and you're 6'4".
What?
I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. Coach Pagano has a question for you, though.
Hey, so like when you lay your head on the pillow at night and you close your eyes, you start dreaming, okay, about the NFL. You start seeing how the NFL has evolved, especially at the quarterback position, the types of offenses that are being run, 2 quarterbacks playing on Sunday in the Super Bowl. Like, is there a team? Is there a coach? Is there a system? Like, this is what best fits me in a place that you'd love to go. Like Pat Mahomes 5 years ago getting picked by Andy Reid. Like, that was
what a marriage.
Like, what a marriage, right?
Yeah. Sirianni and Jalen.
Yeah. Sirianni and Jalen. Is there a team, Hennon, that you'd say, God, I know you're going to say, hey, I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, I'll go anything.
I'll go anywhere. But what's the ideal fit for you?
Could you see yourself running a Jalen-like offense?
Yeah, I can. Anywhere that has belief in my abilities and belief in me as a person, that I can go out there and lead and continue to learn and soak up information from any and everyone in the building. That's what I aspire to do, and that's what I intend to do when I do get drafted to a team.
When you watch those guys, who do you model your game after? Is there a guy that you say, 1 or 2 guys that you say, this is like fits your stature, your height, your weight, things like that? Who is that?
Yeah, bits and pieces from both of these guys, from Josh Allen, just his mobility and how hard he runs.
Hey, you run, right? You run hard.
I do run very hard.
Yeah, a lot, too. Yeah. I'm watching, like, the Tennessee highlights in my head, and I see you running. Like, you run. And spin it the hell out.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So, bits and pieces from Josh Allen, how he runs the ball, and also and throws the ball as well. He has a rocket of an arm, so I don't think I have a rocket like that, but I definitely have a rocket.
You can spin it.
Yes, sir.
You got
but also Deshaun Watson, how he eludes the pocket and slippery in the running game as well, and also how accurate he is. So I pride myself on being extremely accurate and getting the playmakers the ball in space. So.
Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, and obviously things didn't end the way you guys wanted them to last year, and I feel like if you don't get hurt, there's a very good chance you guys are playing for a national championship. How hard was it when you're getting talked about as like, hey, this guy's the Heisman front runner, he's going to win it, and then you get hurt, and all of a sudden, like, you kind of need to switch everything, like college is done, and then you have to put all your time and effort towards the NFL draft. Like, how difficult was that process?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was too difficult. Just
had to be emotional, though, bro.
Yeah, definitely very emotional. Still emotional to this day a little bit, just kind of watching ball and just missing it so much, missing the camaraderie with my teammates and missing the competitive nature. I'm very competitive. So, and anything we're doing, I'm trying to beat you at it. So,
how are you at ping pong? Pretty good ping pong player?
That's actually my only my only sport, my only activity that I'm kind of shaky. I'm still kind of, getting into it.
How about cornhole? Pretty good at cornhole?
Yeah, very good.
What about pickleball?
Pickleball. Okay.
You're good at pickleball? How about basketball? You got a jumper?
Yeah. I do it all. Dunk on you, shoot it, cross you up.
Oh,
defense.
6'4". That's not being talked about. You have all the prototype. You are the prototypical quarterback, and everybody's talking about everybody else. You think it's just because you're injured, or what?
Yeah, maybe because I can't show my physical traits. Sure. But when that day comes, I'm sure everyone is going to enjoy the show.
Yeah, this will be added to your chip on the shoulder story thing. Like, oh yeah, this guy beat Bama in Tennessee, and then all of a sudden, next draft cycle, maybe a third, fourth, there's other 4 guys that did. They didn't win. I mean, what are we? I am so flustered. Why? And this is before we knew you were coming on. We started talking about it. It was actually going to be our big. We're going to feel like super geniuses.
Yeah.
In the draft analysis, like who's going to shoot up the big boards? It's like Hendon Hooker is the guy that's going to shoot. And now you got a fucking bean deal already?
Come on.
I mean, no disrespect to the other guy in his conference, though, that, threw 8 touchdown passes this year, and he's going to be a first-round pick. We got a guy who should have won the fucking Heisman, but,
Hey, now that you got us, we're pretty heavy in your corner.
Big time.
We will get out of your corner. I mean, let's not get crazy. You can't lose us. You can't lose us for sure. But we are heavily in there. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, I got a couple questions. First and foremost, just to kind of gauge it, are you a Bobcat guy or are you more of a John Deere guy? And then also, as soon as you get hurt, does the reality okay, I'm definitely a first-round pick, but because of this injury, I'm probably going to fall down. Is that something that is talked about? Like, when did that realization
have you
happen?
learned that? Yeah. Has that been that sucks.
It hasn't
it's bullshit.
Yeah,
but
it hasn't really been talked about. I can understand why, just the availability factor.
Yeah.
For sure. But
that's not real.
Just my ability and my football IQ and the leadership aspects that I bring, will still elevate the team and also boost my draft stock as well.
As it should.
So just moving forward, controlling what I can control and being confident in my ability is all I can do. Having a positive attitude and just being a great guy in general.
You said you're going to be better than you've ever been whenever you come back. Why is that? You think you just growing, you're mature, getting into a better age?
That's funny. Really just being able to sit down and concentrate on the things that I want to concentrate on. And going through this process, I have a lot more time to work on the mental side of my game because I'm not doing a lot of the other things.
Gotcha.
I'm still throwing, but it's not the same magnitude as it would be if I was 100% healthy. Anytime that I can boost my mental aspect of the game, I'm doing that. I'm going to go back and watch old games from this past year and years before. I'm going to watch NFL film. I have an expo marker that I keep in my bathroom, and I have mirrors in my bathroom. So anytime I walk by the mirror, I'll draw a play. And that tends to happen
Football
like maybe
junkie.
10 to 12 times a day. You go to the bathroom, my closet is right past
Stay
the mirror.
hydrated too. Yeah,
so
sounds like you take care of yourself.
Should be.
A lot of pissing. 8 pisses a day is a lot of pisses.
Yeah.
I wish.
That's an incredible,
I need to get
incredible.
my piss game up.
Yeah.
Don't
drink enough water.
You love film? You love film though, huh?
Love film. I love ball. Yeah. So anytime we're talking about ball, playing ball, going to watch ball, I want to be involved.
Hell yeah. Well, you did a great job here with Bush's Beans. I don't know what we're doing. They got a commercial coming out with Peyton Manning. You and him get along well, I assume.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's OG. So, any home game we have that he's available to come to or any away game, it's always special to sit there and kind of chop it up with him before the game for a quick second. And then every game he'll shoot me a text, him and his father, Archie Manning. So I always have a good time, talking to the Manning family and being around them. Shout out to the Manning family for, just embracing me and treating me as one of their own.
So you've never got a chance to chat with anybody that knows football. You have no good football tape. Sounds like you hate football.
Yeah, ball looked pretty big in his hands.
Ball did look huge in his hands.
Yeah, how that's
that
gonna
video
affect
was
him.
doctored footage. He did not actually spin it.
No.
The haters will say it's fake.
That's it. That's kind of what they're all doing. You're the real deal there, brother.
I mean, have you gotten your NFL script yet? Do you know how your career's going to go?
I don't. I haven't got it yet. So,
shit.
I guess
That's
they're still trying to
Typing it
orchestrate.
out.
Yeah, still trying to orchestrate a couple things and get that sorted out.
Well, the story's going to be good, especially where you're at right now, man. Can't wait to see what team gets lucky to get you in the building. Hopefully it's one that rhymes with Schmindy and Annapolis.
Yeah.
Because we definitely need a quarterback, and it'd be great to have you for the next 20 years. Congrats on all the success.
Thank you.
Congrats on a successful rehab coming back June,
sir.
July.
Thank you.
And good luck the rest of the way. Ladies and gentlemen,
Appreciate
Hendon
you guys.
Hooker.
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Big fucking hand.
Yeah,
there.
massive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, publicly we can't say that, though.
Thanks, man. Good luck with everything.
Let everybody know.
Yeah, guys got tiny hands.
Tiny hands.
Guys got tiny
Just
hands.
shook my elbow.
Yeah. Hey, pleasure. Good luck, man.
Jeez.
Hey, Hendon, real quick.
Yeah, one more time.
Oh, and he can catch.
The beans?
I can spin it.
That was a wobbly.
beans, huh?
I don't know.
See if you could break one of these lights.
I don't know if you saw the guy threw a fucking football.
Yeah.
He fired that thing.
Off schedule play.
Quick release.
If I would have
Off
put my
platform.
Yeah.
if I would have put my hand here,
Boom.
boom. If I would put it here,
Boom.
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 Guy's got accuracy too. He has accuracy, which is one of the traits that you will see if you watch his film.
Threw 2 picks.
Loves ball. And he's 6'4", and he's saying, I like the way Josh Allen plays. Runs. What are we even doing with everybody else in the conversation? I honestly don't fully comprehend.
Don't you think easily there's multiple teams that want him, and so they are trying to keep all the hype down.
Oh, we're
about
fucking
him?
up a lot of shit for
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people.
like
Is that
they're
why
like,
it's
hey,
quiet?
tell Shefty and Ian not to report on this dude because we want to hopefully get him.
So look at us doing some journalism.
The gamesmanship is real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's people that will leak terrible things about a player because they hope that the teams above them read that and go, oh, we don't want that in our building. And then that team's like, well, we do apologize that we did potentially.
We told everyone you were a massive piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, he's a John Deere guy. Also got an answer out of that.
Of course. Boom.
When he got backstage.
Well, what do you know?
This guy seems to have all the pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah,
Every
nice
trade.
rig,
5-tool
nice
player.
rig right there.
Hell yeah, this is the 4-1.
Yeah.
The dually.
410
So
8R.
you got
It's
dualies on the front.
beautiful
Yeah,
piece
and the
of
back.
machinery.
You got to be able to maintain proper lines out there. And if you have one wheel, it might get off track, especially when you got other shit growing. So you got to have both those wheels keeping everything up front, and then the power in the back, obviously. Got to be powerful, but can't be destructive. Have to have that
right.
fine balance, and that's what John Deere does.
Live kid in the front.
You would never fucking know that, AJ.
I'm the only one here that has a John Deere. Sorry
are you?
about it.
Oh, so
Is that
do you?
right?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Does your dad have one, Ty? I have my own 60-inch
Oh, I don't have a
zero turn. You have one?
Yes. What are
Have
we
you ever
talking
used?
about?
You ever used it? Exactly.
I
That's all we need to know.
got a riding mower, okay?
I plow snow with my
That's why-
John Deere. I put a plow on it and plow snow in the
Oh,
winter with
yeah.
my John Deere.
Yeah, see,
You're
that's
plowing
fake
your
and
way.
shit.
Yeah, it is.
What am I
It's fake.
doing? Plowing what?
Exactly.
Also,
you know what you're doing.
You get your mind out of the gutter. You're talking too much about coming in things and coming out of things and busting all over things. You know.
I've been
that,
trying to
right?
enjoy myself.
It's
out here.
terminology.
Actually, I appreciate it. I just want to let you know.
Hey,
Shout out to
Bear's
John.
got a John Deere.
Oh, look.
Look at that.
Grandkid's got
Little
John
baby
Deere.
paisano, little blue
Got
collar
himself
bear.
he ran over Tucker. He ran over the dog yesterday. It was bad.
dead?
Chop
No,
him up,
it just yelped pretty good.
Jeez.
It's not good.
Scared
That's
the
going to
heck
happen
out
to
of
a
him.
football
Yeah.
house.
He got right up, dusted
Jeez.
himself off.
Sometimes you get the bear.
What kind of
Sometimes-
leader you think Hendon?
He's beloved by everybody in his team
Seems like
down there
it.
in Tennessee. He was loved. I met his parents. Good people. They came through with a game day set. Had a full hello. How you doing? Good people.
Seems like a great dude.
Yeah, very well
Yeah.
spoken.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a shitbird.
Has confidence,
Yep.
which is good. Was not arrogant.
Relationships
ball.
with the Mannings. Yeah.
And you think Bush's is just putting their name on anybody?
I was gonna
No,
say he's not.
true.
He's not. Representing some second-rate baked bean company. He's got the fucking creme de la
A1.
creme.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He left him
Top
with you.
tier.
He did.
Does he need that?
I think we're
No,
probably the
we'll
last
probably
stop.
Crack those open tonight.
Yeah,
Speaking
drink
of last
those.
stop,
Oh, yeah.
last thing we got to do before we get out of here is we got to have Chuck Pagano bury a
Come on,
bucket.
Chuck.
Yep.
Chuck, listen, the people need it. Yesterday it took a little bit, because AQ wasn't able to figure it out. Debo wasn't able to figure it out.
No.
But I will say right now, Chuck Pagano, with the vibes you have, with how good you look in the place that we're at, Radio Row,
Come on,
here
Chuck.
at Super Bowl 57, if Chuck Pagano can make a shot into this hoop right over here, we'll give 15 people $500
we
who
go.
retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the same reply so that we can pay them officially on Cash App. Got a distractor in the back.
CFO Phil.
Come on,
CFO Phil does not
So
want you
what's
to make
the,
this.
One hand, kind of.
Yeah, one-hander.
One hand. You
Kind
can't
of
really.
just like a shot.
You can kind of guide it, but
Yeah, I think
yeah.
you just throw that thing. All right.
That one had gone in on a bounce,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, we ain't
It
got
doesn't
that.
bounce.
Yep.
A little more. A little more.
I'm getting my range.
got these
Yeah,
lights.
just a little
there.
more
right?
juice.
Shoot that thing like a jumper.
Hey, put the ball
I
in
don't-
the
Yeah.
fucking
Shoot
hole.
the fucking
Yeah,
ball.
boom, right here.
Whoa.
Hey, beef.
Well, how many tries did you say I got?
10.
This,
5.
12.
This is the one.
Jim gave me
You only
5
need
per
one,
million.
Chuck.
Jim.
Bang. Oh! There it is. See?
All right, couple more opportunities.
No
couple more
thinky.
opportunities.
Athlete take over.
I respond to a good ass eating.
Atta baby, Chuck. How many more? As many as we needed. Only 2 more from that particular spot. But it's the first time, if you see it live, this man just made a bucket for 15 people to win $500. Who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put your cash check in there so we can pay you officially on Cash App. We are done. from day 3 here at Radio Row. Hammer Dahn will be on the other side of this 5-minute break. I do believe it. YouTube.com/Hammer Down. Big shout out to Hennon Hooker and his big ass hands.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bob Parsons, self-made billionaire.
Yep.
Marine. Yep.
Failed 5th grade.
Legend.
Founded everything. Took 48 years to come home from Vietnam. Finally did that in 2018. Is a completely different human. Congrats to him. Seth freaking Rollins. He didn't have any respect for Logan Paul. He stopped by.
Cool glasses.
Debo Samuel was pretty sick of talking about it.
Yeah. He was.
Pretty sick of
Ready
talking
for
about
Cabo.
it. Indian Rapport broke little to no news.
Yes.
Per usual.
What a day.
Not bad.
AQ Shipley hung out again. Tone Diggs was in the back there for a bit. AJ Hawk and Ty Schmidt got a chance to take a victory lap for what they did on the pickleball court just yesterday.
Yeah.
Boys, final thoughts, because we know with the pickleball game, easy come, easy go. Any thoughts on what you guys accomplished yesterday?
I mean, it was a run that truly will stand the test of time. I'm so fucking sore today. Obviously, going to take my ankle big time, and I will be on the courts, but I my right wrist hurts quite a bit, too. I was playing the backhand, quite a bit, so we'll see. But competitors compete. It's as simple as that. I felt like fucking Pete Sampras yesterday, and I woke up this morning feeling like Pete Sampras.
Winners win, too.
Exactly.
And that's what you guys did. AJ, any final thoughts on the run you guys had just yesterday at
No, it was
pickleball?
fun. Ty's the ultimate teammate for sure, so I give all credit to Ty.
No, you play
Thank
like
you, Ty.
a barbarian up at there at the kitchen, and you were definitely.
I respect it. I respect the
well,
kitchen.
certainly.
You guys have no awareness. I respect the kitchen and keep my toes behind it.
No, and I think your effort and athletic ability certainly behoove you well.
I definitely like to give a lot of effort. That's how I've.
No, but the pickleball game, you are very good at the pickleball game.
Yeah, it's a fun game, but I know I wonder if everybody that plays pickleball, every game feels very close. They're super competitive every game we have.
There's that backhand right
You're
there.
Ty.
Yeah.
cross court. You're an excellent
pumped I was.
front court player, AJ, and I'm an excellent back court player.
Yeah, we got
Backhand.
You're ripping backhands. You guys win this point anyway, probably. He rips that backhand cross court. It's serious.
Yeah, well, now we know the real
Who was the
rules.
closest competition?
Me and Bruce beat him.
Yeah, Aaron Bruce beat us.
Me and Bruce beat him, but it's.
Ooh. Yeah, see?
Yeah, it was a point. They were tough to get yesterday against them, to be honest.
Look at
Points.
AQ as a force at the front of the net, too, though. D-Butt.
Look at D-Butt.
D-Butt most improved, probably. That dude turned it on.
Bill also most declined after being most improved.
Bill was absolutely
That was tough.
atrocious yesterday.
Nobody won, though.
True.
Nobody won other than Ty and
Good
AJ, so I
point.
think everybody was kind of atrocious.
Look at Diggs.
Billy got some sweet feet.
Diggs.
Dude, it was, the boys went crazy, and then obviously we were just rolling through the whole thing. We need to get more Ty and AJ highlights in here. We will get to that. But it was a hell of a run. We'll be back on that court. Thank you so much for watching today. Hammer Dahn is in about 10. You are the best people on earth. I got to go hit a shot of glory alongside AJ Hawk at the thing that is not owned by Bob.
Right.
Nope.
That's a golf course that is not owned.
Yeah.
Great day.
Hole in
Yeah.
one's coming.
Great question.
I think I got to do it in cowboy boots because this morning when I was getting dressed, I forgot that we were going to do this. Put the cowboy boots on. So I'm a little bit of a lift. I don't know if it's the best thing for golf, but why not put one in a hole?
Why not?
Barefoot, you.
Someone's
lot of
going
people.
to make it.
You're going to make it, right?
I plan on it. Yeah, I'm aiming for the pin.
Me too. All right, let's see if we do it.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.